What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to A Little Dicey D&D. My name is Salvatore Sabraka. I am your Dungeon Master here in Forevermore. Up until the day that it gets to 115 Celsius here in Michigan, and I melt onto the pavement in my driveway. It's fucking hot here, and the guns are out.
Oh boy!
And it's fucking hot.
There you go. There you go.
Got out there, and it's
That's right, baby.
Hey, Sal, are we hot too?
You guys are very hot.
Okay.
You guys are very hot. In fact, everybody here is very hot. We only have hot people on this channel.
Chat, will you tell us we're hot?
Yeah.
None of us have any
vindicate
self-esteem
us.
at all.
Yeah. Very good.
Please tell all of us collectively how we all are equally at the same time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please single no one out.
The collective hotness of A Little Dicey.
It's like when you make a group stealth check.
Yeah, it's
know?
just group hotness check.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love it. You all may have noticed that we, this episode, episode 25, we are sponsored, which is wonderful. We would like to thank Factor for sponsoring us this episode and subsequently for our upcoming podcast episode this Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're not familiar, Factor is a really, really wonderful sort of meal delivery program and company, similar to HelloFresh. However, instead of preparing your meals yourself, which is sort of the idea of HelloFresh, they send you individual ingredients. Factor sends you fully completed meals based on your nutritional needs or wants. They're definitely more, goal-oriented and goal-focused. They count all of the calories and the macros based on what you are looking to do with and for your body. And they cover all of the wide range of spectrums of any sort of dietary needs, whether you are vegetarian or you're keto or what have you. They're a really wonderful program. I highly recommend them. I've tasted some of their product and it's really wonderful. All you need to do is pop the package into your microwave for about 2 minutes. If you don't have a microwave, you just pop it on the stovetop sort of individually and cook it until heated through. And it's really perfect for when you're on the go, or if you just really need something in the moment, you don't want to resort to like our fast food situation, which is totally understandable. So using our code, which you can see on screen at any given point tonight in our episode, you can use our code or our link, which sort of will periodically appear in chat, to get $120 off your first few orders. So they sort of recommend that you order 8 meals at a time on a week. Usually that's going to run you about $100, 100 plus, depending on taxes and fees. But with our code, those first 8 meals for the first week will only run you about $45. Which is pretty wonderful. It's a great bargain. The next order you'll also get about that much off, which is great. So you can basically try your first 16 meals for half off, which is a really great bargain, especially for the quality of the meals and the consciousness of what you're eating. So I highly recommend that. If you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to click on the link. You can head over to Factor's website, and it will basically like automatically post our promo code in there for you, so you don't have to worry about like signing up with an email or anything like that. And they guarantee you can cancel your subscription anytime if you don't like what they send you, but I guarantee you'll like it. It's pretty awesome. And
Sal personally guarantees that if you try Factor. I was just talking extra. If you try Factor for 1 month, you will look exactly like Sal.
That's actually Factor's full slogan, is that this random man on this Dungeons & Dragons channel will be the poster boy for essentially what you want to look like. So if you want to look like me and exclusively wear muscle tanks and be the biggest douchebag around, then you can go with Factor. They're going to be like, we're not giving you any money.
We have so few sponsors, and we're just going to completely alienate them with this
we have to.
Random stunt.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Cool.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you again, Factor. And if you guys are interested in that, please use the link. It helps us out. Anybody who signs up, we get a really wonderful little payout for that. So it helps us grow the channel. It helps us to continue making really wonderful content, including all of the new social media stuff that you might have been seeing, all of our new logos and stuff. All of that has been curated and created by our chat mod, Michaela, who you all know and love. You interface with them all the time. I really want to get to a point where I can just sort of continually fund this through Michaela, as well as all those things. So if you support us through the channel with your subscriptions and with our sponsorships like this, then you can help support feeding a person. Yeah, you idiots. Anyways, all right, so I'm done with all my little shtick in the beginning. We're gonna sort of Moving forward, we're going to try to streamline our announcements and stuff. Going forward, we've got a couple other shows that we do, like Reroll and whatnot, where you can find more information about the stream and all that stuff. So in addition to our announcements, the sort of recap of the previous episode, I'm just going to more or less suggest that you check out our Reroll show, where I do a full recap of basically what's been going on in the arc and what happened in the previous episode. We talk about the previous episode with pretty much either myself as the Dungeon Master or a majority of the cast members. Last episode, basically everybody, sans Garrett. Garrett was working because he's a sweet, strong boy. And
Basically, my job is to be a sweet, strong boy.
very true.
Yeah.
But we had a special guest last reroll. So if you're fans of Dominic Noble, as we all are, you would know that obviously he guest starred in our episode 19. He was really, really wonderful, and he jumped on reroll to talk shop about the campaign, because shouts out to Dom. He actually watches the show. He watches the product, and we love him for it.
Shout out to Dom, the second best horse in Naledian.
That's right.
Shout out to Dom, my personal Gary Oak.
My personal Gary Oak. Holy fuck, that's a good reference. Very solid. Would he also be your Seto Kaiba?
No, because I'm not as successful as Yugi.
That's
The
understandable.
whole point that is Gary Oak is that he is so much better than
Than
me,
Ash in any
but
way.
he
Yeah,
still
yeah.
wants to rub it in.
Yeah, he's got to. He's not above it. I love it. Well, then, without further ado, Garrett, why don't you tell us where we can find our social media?
Yeah, we got a bunch of social media, and actually, I'm not going to go into too much detail because Mika's about to link it, because they're our fantastic tech graphic designer and audience liaison. I will just say, how you like that?
That was happy Pride.
Please, for the love of God, interact with me on Twitter. I am shouting into the void.
Word.
I've been told multiple times it is wildly unhinged for how unpopular it is.
It's great, dude. So solid.
We also have use that transition. We also are an interactive stream. If you decide that you want to like mess with us a little bit, or lightly encourage us to take a drink.
Oh, you mean this right here, right now, that I'm redeeming myself?
Nice.
What?
And then also this that has been brought back, by the way. DM Drinks is returned because your boy is slim thick for the summer.
He's off the wagon.
I'm all ready to go again. So if
Hell
you guys
yeah.
want to make me chug, that's what DM Chugs is in there. If
Wow.
you want to see me personally drink, I'm not going to do it because you told me to, but I'll think about it and then make the decision.
Yeah, thanks for
Absolutely.
encouraging us to drink and maybe having a drink with us, you know?
And while we're talking about it, there are two ways to redeem.
very good,
We have
Garrett.
it in the. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah.
There's actually time, and
Yeah,
I fucks
time
with
comes
the time.
through
Time
a
really
lot. It's
hits.
really nice.
I was shocked by how good it was.
Oh, it's amazing.
Not to toot my own horn, but two ways to redeem that sort of thing.
Attaboy.
You can either do it through the Twitch UI or Stream Elements with !redeem, and we will constantly run raffles throughout the set, throughout the stream. That hit a little harder.
You
than I
got
thought.
it. I'm drunk.
So make sure you're paying attention, not just lurking. Even though we do love it when you lurk too.
I love it when people watch.
We're a bunch of exhibitionists.
Yeah,
we're
baby.
fucking
This is
on,
voyeur.
on the internet, baby.
I'm not gonna go through all the stuff you can redeem, but you can just check them out at the bottom there.
Hell yeah.
Thank you very much.
So we are on Discord, baby.
Yeah, man. You got it.
I just did a hair flip, and now it's
You
probably
look great.
everywhere. Anyway, yeah, man, we're trying to keep increasing engagement on our Discord, just because it's fucking fun, and I'm so lonely. So we had some nice discussions this week about kind of getting to know some of the fantasy works that you guys have read and have enjoyed. Just trying to kind of talk about like fun examples of bards in different fantasy novels, different media. Kind of saying that I'm coming to bards from sort of like a Final Fantasy background, and I had some great feedback from you guys about different novels I should maybe get into reading, which has been great. Sometimes we get great fan art of turtles wearing dresses or dickies or sun hats or whatever. So yeah, definitely we love to hang out with y'all. So if you haven't already, join the Discord, invite your friends. That's where the action happens. And this week, we have a poll running for the class to be discussed on next week's
go vote
podcast.
Barbarian. Please vote Barbarian.
I believe Barbarian is losing by 2 votes to Artificer. So if you want to just really fuck Garrett, Go vote
If you want to
Artificer.
fuck me, vote Barbarian.
I'll fuck you.
Or if you want to fuck him, vote Barbarian.
Yeah, that's
Either
right.
way,
You win.
either way, Garrett gets fucked, so it's a win-win scenario. So yeah,
Jimmy goes, I don't know if this is Happy Pride anymore.
just trying to make it happier. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
So hell yeah.
Thank you very much.
And if you haven't joined us on Saturdays for the podcast, it is very fun, and we do try to kind of engage with you guys live as you type questions. So join us Saturday at noon for the pod.
Hell yeah.
And be sure to check out our friends at superokpodcast.com.
Yeah.
They're a really great collection of podcasters and streamers. Also, our friend of the show, Aaron, can be found on Twitch at Little Bogwitch, and our moderator, Michaela, can be found at Hello Diddy.
Thank you very much, Jamie. All right, y'all. Without further ado, we're going to be jumping right into the game. Like I said at the top of the show. Oh, yes, Michaela, sorry. Of course.
Y'all scooch in, you two.
Oh, scooch in.
I have to.
Yeah, get close.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Here, let me just get on your lap.
Yeah, get on there. Just watch. They're just watching me like, yes.
That joke's for me.
Yeah, that's all right.
Are we good?
Like I said at the top of the show, I'm going to sort of direct you to head over to our YouTube and or our VOD page on Twitch to take a look at a Little Dicey reroll, the last episode that aired this last night rather. On Tuesdays we run the show about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the recap of last episode there, and we answer a whole lot of really cool, fun questions. Shouts out to Extra. You always come through with some dope questions, and you're always here watching. So we really appreciate you, Extra. Yeah, we obviously really appreciate anybody who checks us out. But I wanted to give a special shout out to them. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So that being said, players, do you guys have any questions before we jump in?
No? Let's fucking go, dude.
Let's open it up. So, when last we met, we left the Bared Souls basically standing around inside the estate of Lord Ilan Thorn, specifically in the study room of Councilman Ibrahim, one of, if not the closest members of the Knights Round to Lord Ilan Thorn. After having dispatched a handful of arcane traps here inside this little study, you stand around just sort of in the wake of a flurry of books, plate helms, and other ridiculous arcanum flying about. You look around you and you see all of the debris just sort of scattered about in the room. You can see where there was a handful of just sort of stationary, resting books and scrolls and potion vials and whatnot. Everything is scattered about now because of the sort of cyclone that had happened here in this room. What would any of you like to do?
I am going to actually toss my bag of holding to kill. Take anything you think you need. I'm gonna look for expensive shit. Word.
All right, thanks.
Do not have time.
Oh, am I still under the effect of the wild surge that maybe when I touch things they burst into flame?
You don't know yet.
Okay, because I knew when it acted. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
My detect magic would still be up because it hasn't been 10 minutes since I used it. So is the book in the center, assuming it's still in the center, is it still magical, I assume?
It is still magical.
Still
yes.
magical. Okay, and armor's still magical.
Armor is not magical anymore.
The armor's not. Okay.
It has been sort of dispersed as it's been defeated.
Bookshelf still magical.
Bookshelf is still magical.
And then the contraption there, I believe there was a couple of rings that are holding that realm sphere in place.
There you go.
It's like doing this little ticking thing. Those are still magical. I
Those are
assume?
still magical. That has not been displaced at all, by the way.
Yep,
The the sort of globe, the realm sphere, is that whole contraption is as sturdy as ever.
Okay. Can I just quickly, because I'll be able to pick them out of the rubble much easier than anybody else, can I just collect the scrolls? I'm not even going to try to read them. I'm just, whatever magical scrolls are laying about, I'm just going to pop those in the bag.
Sure. And Indigo, is there anything you want to do?
I will go look at. So there's a table where there were some books out. Looks like they've been used recently.
Yes. At this point, though, they have been sort of scattered about.
yeah.
I mean, there are still some that are they're around in the room. Some of them are under the table and off to the side at this point, but they're not directly on the table anymore.
Gotcha.
You said, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I guess for right now, I'll just I'll find a random book on the ground that was from the book NATO and just try picking it up to see if it bursts into flame.
Okay. Everybody make investigation checks. As you sort of bend down and just pick up any sort of random book that you find on the ground, you scoop it, and immediately as you touch it, you feel, and it just fucking ignites.
So I probably shouldn't touch anything, unless we want it to be on fire.
You sort of shake it, toss it on the ground, stomp on it, and put it out. It is singed.
Cool.
2. Okay. Word.
This actually, well, that's fine. I already rolled it. 17.
17. Kaz, you begin to look about sort of simultaneously with Kill, and you notice that he's sort of picking up some of like the scroll cases and like some of the other like things that are sort of rolled up. So you just kind of ignore that.
Yeah.
You look around, and I mean, at this point you're looking around, and there's a handful of like vials that have been smashed and different things, and I mean the plate helmet looks kind of cool. There's a set of plate armor now, like just sort of lying on the ground. I mean, there's just a bunch of books and shit in here, like, and they're tossed around. Like, I mean, the realm sphere looks ornate. You know what I mean? That whole contraption, but you don't really know how heavy it is. But I mean, nothing else in here like actually looks expensive. It just all looks
Broken.
we
broke
yeah.
a lot of it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take the plate armor helmet and just pop it on my head.
Sure.
Well, what am I gonna do? Pocket it? Like,
No, that's fine. That's cool, man.
Do you want to tell me what the scrolls are, or?
So you pick up 5 different scrolls.
Okay.
With that, you said that you weren't really paying attention to. Like,
Not
what's on
really.
them. Yeah, you just pick up. You find essentially. I'll say you find 4 scroll cases, and then the 5th one is sort of one of them seemingly that was open on a table. You assume that sort of got blown about. You can see was a scroll. Actually, let me pull it up because I have it on in my sheets. Where are we? There we are. You see. Okay. You find the open one is a scroll of object permanence.
No, that's cool. I never heard of that.
I've never had object permanence.
No.
Word. What are we doing here?
Oh, cool, some dice.
Yeah, so I pop those in the bag of holding, and then I definitely also want to go over to the realm sphere.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do something.
Did you actually investigate the realm sphere?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
just put on a helmet and fucked off.
Yeah. Okay.
Classic move.
Hey,
Shit, I don't know shit.
don't touch anything, but come help me take a look at this.
Yes, all right. Also, could I maybe get? I am a bit bruised from all the books hitting me and something. Do I make a little bit of healing or any sort of thing you can do about that? Perhaps.
I'll give you one more good berry.
While they're doing this, I want to.
Perception check.
13.
What's your HP at?
After the good berry, it's at 10 out of 37.
Okay.
Do you need another good berry? I've got one.
I could use like 1d6 good berries if we have them.
I slowly put it back in my pocket and look back out the door.
As you sort of peer out the door,
casserole or
Sirikaz,
something.
you just sort of keep an eye out in the kitchen, try to get a point of view to where you can sort of ever so slightly see through the doorway that leads into the foyer, and then you actually have a pretty good view of the front doors. At the moment, you don't see or hear anything. It seems as though there was probably no one else in the estate, or at least no one else has yet to make themselves known to you all. I mean, you're very certain that if someone was in here, they probably would have heard what's going on. So,
Yeah. I'm gonna keep my eye out, but
Cool.
for sure, good to know.
Is the sphere still kind of like doing this thing where it's like trying to turn and
Yes.
it ticks back?
Looking at this thing, does any skills tell me anything about it?
Go ahead and make a. I will allow you to either make an Arcana check, or you can make a straight up investigation check.
I was
You'll get different. I think it's going to be the same bonus depending on your proficiency, but you will get different answers depending on the one you choose.
yeah. Since I called you over,
I want me to aid you with.
Well, I was gonna say I would have said something like, basically you look at it for magic and then I'll look at it for non-magic kind of a thing.
Yeah, my Arcana's better. Right?
So I'll help you look at it for magic first, and I'll also give you guidance. You can add a d4.
Okay. That's
You guys not familiar with realm spheres?
it's at d4. 13.
13. So as you're investigating this object, you're looking for any sort of, for lack of a better word, ley line, or any sort of arcane seam that seems to be present in this contraption. You can definitely tell that there is no mechanics to it. There are two copper rings that sort of orbit, one on the outside and then one on the inside. It seems that they have come into contact with each other where their orbits should not be interlocking. And so you can see that they're trying to turn sort of just in midair, powered by essentially nothing, the arcane. And as they're trying to turn, they've sort of collided and are sort of locked in place, and they keep trying to turn, but they're clicking against each other. As you sort of trace along where it seems they should be going, you actually begin to see there are where you couldn't see before, but now that you've gotten a little closer, you can see that there are little specks, little kind of like red, very, very light sort of specks are around the surface of the realm sphere. Specifically, as you sort of look around, you can, I mean, you're not necessarily familiar with things, but as Kill is helping you, he's sort of pointing out like, oh, I can tell that these are probably the Maritums, based on just, you know, what he knows about like what the islands and whatnot look like. And then based on that, well, you know that the Maritums are southwest of Naledi. There's this big mass in the middle of the realm sphere that you probably would assume to be Naledi, and then there's another mass sort of on the northeast sort of corner that you can see as you trace it around. There are there are three like very, very faint red specks on the depiction of Naledi.
I'll point all that out.
Three total specs?
3 total.
Is the rest of the land mass in red?
No, the rest of the land, I mean, it looks like a depiction of like the
classic green and blue.
Typography of the world.
Do the specs seem like they might correspond to where we are? The 3 specs?
I will allow you to make a. I guess I would put this under.
Can I use my map making skills?
Yeah, you can use your map.
It's a 3D map, baby.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I would say that let's put this under. What would cartography be? A cartography roll. I'll just allow you because you have skills in it. Yeah. We'll call it a cartography roll, and you can just use intellect and add your proficiency modifier.
Survival.
Yeah, I would say survival. So
that makes sense.
So I'll use my wisdom and add because survival's wisdom.
Because survival's wisdom. All right, yeah, that's fine.
Can I make it in? Okay. So that's do I get help from Jamie or from Indigo? Or
if
no?
I can help, then I will.
Because Indigo is really not familiar with the landscape, it wouldn't make sense for you to be able to help him.
Totally fine. So I got 18 total.
18 total. So as far as you can tell, Kill, you're also not entirely familiar with Naledi in general, but you have good skills with your mapping. You know, I mean, you have a good idea of, you know for sure where Moor is, and where the island of Moor is, and where Aodra is. So you just sort of get an idea like, all right, I know these are Maritums. This little island looks like it could be Moor, or at least this scattering of islands, Moor's probably in there. So you go there, and you sort of begin to trace it up. All right, I know we went north on the Coast Runner. We got to the Blackweld. This looks like the Tempest Peaks, the mountain range that we're sort of up against. And you can see there is a red speck sort of nestled in, like if the Tempest Peaks sort of curl like this, there's a little red speck that sort of is nestled right in like the little crux of the armpit, of the Tempest Peaks. And as far as you can tell, that may or may not be where you are. I mean, that's the other ones are
a ways away.
a ways away.
They're not all grouped together.
No, they are not grouped together.
Can I kind of, even though I probably don't know what they associate with, can I kind of mark them in terms of just like a general distance and direction
Yes.
from where we are, so that I kind of could place them on another map in the future if I wanted?
Absolutely.
Okay.
One, excuse me. One of them is almost, as far as you can tell when you're looking at it, it looks like it's almost like straight line directly north, and there's a landmass that's sort of up above Naledi to the northwest-ish. Not as big as Naledi, just sort of like just above it. That it's directly north of where the red dot that you're assuming is you, essentially.
Yep.
It's directly north, obviously hundreds and hundreds of miles,
Yeah.
but it's literally directly north on a landmass right above. And then the other one seems to be directly east, like all the way on the other side of the Naledian continent.
Okay.
And sort of in the middle of another mountain range.
Okay.
Anybody can make, well, Kaz I will allow to make a let's call it a history check. Well, actually, you're too far away. You're proceeding.
Yeah,
outside.
I thought it was
no,
weird,
no,
but
no.
I wasn't going to question
Yeah,
it
never
because I
mind.
wanted
Yeah.
answers.
No problem.
Never mind.
Okay. Cool.
You guys just aren't familiar enough with Naledi.
Sure. So I just kind of mark those down.
Yeah.
And the specs, do they look like they're whatever sort of finish this sphere has in terms of like, does it look, painted, or does it look like sort of, I don't know, whatever. Do the specs look like they kind of fit in with the original, or can I tell if it looks more like somebody like drew them on after, you know what I'm saying?
Are they little magic dots?
They're like
Yeah.
little magic dots.
Little magic dots, okay.
You said I can just kind of see why this thing isn't like is clicking. Do I see an obvious way to like fix it?
That will require a couple sleight of hand checks. I'll allow you to make.
Which I'm not going to attempt.
Or some percussive maintenance.
Or some percussive maintenance.
Yeah.
Poof. Yeah, kick it a
Yeah.
little bit.
I say, I kind of pop my head back out, and do I see you? Are you right outside the room?
I'm like leaning out the door with it like in my hand.
Oh, so you're still like
I'm
in
like,
the room. Oh,
I'm
okay.
like sneaking.
All right.
So I'm just not paying attention
Yeah.
to you guys.
Hey, you see anything out there? Anybody coming?
Not yet.
All right.
Which is incredibly surprising and a little bit ominous.
I imagine either no one's here or they're just ignoring us for right now.
I doubt it would be the second.
Yes, maybe they're. I mean, I don't know.
They could all be in the mines, doing whatever.
Could just be sort of waiting in a room, like on a throne, where it's waiting for us to come in, like, and then have a little. I don't know.
Ooh, monologuing.
Yes, have a little like speech
see.
prepared for us to enter. Anyway,
And interrupt.
You said that there's clearly no mechanical thing driving this turning. But you said potentially we could kind of fuck with it and try to release it. Okay.
I will say at this point, having seen no one coming and no one hearing, I'll wander back over, take a look at the map or the realm sphere.
Sure. It's very clear as far as you can tell. I mean, you've seen many different maps, especially on your time at sea,
For sure.
of many different coastlines. You've seen maps of the Maritimes. You've seen a map of Naledi. You look, and your companions sort of point out the magical red dots, and you're very confident that the one that they hypothesized that is basically the "you are here" dot. You're very confident that that is the case, that it sort of represents either Aberlock or just sort of this area in the Black World. The one directly north seems to be like all the way in like the northernmost point of what is known as the Frigid North, or Upper Naledi nowadays. And then you point out that the one that's all the way on the other side of the coast seems to be directly in the middle of the Haphesian Peaks.
Okay. I'll point to the one that's up to the north. Hasn't someone recently mentioned something about the Frigid North, or the Northern Naledi?
In what? I don't remember anything.
I feel like it's
could be wrong.
come up recently.
I don't remember either.
There's something important about it, and I'm gonna just tap it.
Sure.
Just see if anything happens.
As you tap it, you feel like it looks like it's sort of a flat surface, and then when you tap it, you all see sort of like where the blue is that represents the Cerulean Ocean almost ripple a little bit. And like as you tap it, you can see the typography, the flat typography, begin to just sort of like expand a little bit, and it becomes a rough surface, and you can now see that like where the two-dimensional depictions of the mountains and whatnot, as you tap it, poof, poof, and you see the globe sort of add a layer of realism. The sphere, rather, adds a layer of realism as it seems to be, and with your detect magic, at this point coming to a little bit of a, towards the end, you can still sense this though. It sort of, not activates, but it reveals its quote-unquote true form, essentially, and you can see that it's a very much more, it's a much better depiction of the actual typography of the realm.
What is the school of magic on it?
Off the top of my head, I want to say it is enchantment.
Because the magic is on the rings, not the sphere.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
The magic is on the rings.
Okay.
I'm actually. If you guys are gonna keep much from the sphere, it's fine. I'm gonna go take a look at the bookcase for a minute, and just kind of do a cursory. I kind of want to see if there's anything about either spontaneous arcanum or the Fae that I can see in the bookcase.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a investigation check.
Yeah. Oh, I almost forgot. Definitely pocketing that alchemy stove thing.
Okay. Sounds good.
16.
16. Great. You begin to sift through the bookshelf. You can mark down, Matt, Ibrahim's portable potion processor.
They've left me alone, so I think I'm gonna just get really annoyed with the tapping of the rings and see if I can just like fix it.
Make a strength check. All right, so with your investigation, Inigo, you begin to sift through, and a lot of these are like textbook-y type arcane tomes and stuff. It takes you a little while to sort of search through. You do find a book on the Fae. It seems you sort of pull it out. It seems to be like
I'm not gonna touch it.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
It's like
on the binding, you can see that it's sort of like this dark green, like forest green type binding, and then there are sort of gold letterings that say the title on it, and it seems to say Visions of the Wild, a short history of the Fae.
Ooh. One of you mind grabbing this for me?
Yeah,
I don't want to set it on fire.
I got you.
Thank you.
Cool. You can mark that. You spend a bit more time looking, and unfortunately, you can't find anything that, at least on the bindings, that says spontaneous arcanum or anything like that.
That's cool.
I guess while Kaz is fucking around, I'll see if there's any like sort of compendiums on flora or on alchemy.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I should have done this before, but I'm gonna go ahead and activate the Farseer scope as well while I'm doing this.
What was your strength check? 2. You grab onto the brass rings and you begin to pull, and it's like trying to push a brick wall down. Like you start to flex and it's not going anywhere. Like as you're trying to pull it, it keeps clicking, like trying to do its own movement as if you are not afflicting any sort of force to it at all. Unfortunately, you're unable to.
I'm just getting really sick of this like clicking.
Yeah, oh, it keeps happening.
I am just gonna
Make an attack roll.
19.
19. You start to sift through, and again, like I said, there are a lot of textbook type covers. You do find 2 books in particular. One of them just is very simply titled Flora and Fauna of Naledi, which seems to be like you pull it, you open up to like the first page. It definitely seems to be like, I mean, this is for Matt. Kill wouldn't really understand this, but it's like intro to like herbology, essentially.
Okay, yeah.
Probably from the academy.
Yep.
And the other book that you find is labeled Oddities of the Fae, Flora within the Prime Realm.
Oh, cool. All right, yeah, I'll pocket those as well.
Sounds good.
As we pull these books from the shelves, are they replaced with copies of the same books
They
or
are
new
replaced
books?
with copies of the same books.
Okay.
Yes. You pull a book out, and as you do, it's almost as if it was like illusory and as you grabbed it, it became tangible, and then that sort of same like illusion sits there. But you know that as you keep grabbing them out, you've seen it with Kaz, it replaces itself.
Hell yeah.
What was your attack roll?
18, baby.
18. You turn and you just sort of like smack the side of this thing. Go ahead and roll, or you don't have to roll damage to strike. You strike against it, and it rings off of your palm, and you can feel like a little bit of stinging on it. But as it begins to click again, it just sort of.
Percussive maintenance works.
It stops.
Oh,
Doesn't seem to continue to turn, but it sort of.
Ah, very good. You stopped the clicking.
yes, I did.
Well done.
I'm gonna just walk away now.
Got it.
Has the structure changed at all, or the sphere just stopped?
Sphere just stops.
Did it?
Cheered.
Did anything about the red dots change?
The red dots. No, nothing about it changed. The rings just stopped.
Okay.
I think it's this, Michaela. So I don't necessarily. If it's wrong, then we'll try a different thing.
Yeah, the rings themselves, are they fixed to the wall, or are they just floating there?
Are they fixed to the wall?
Yeah. Like
No.
Like the sphere is in the rings.
Yep.
But how are the rings situated in the room?
They're just
floating.
Just floating. Okay. Can I displace it at all?
make a strength check.
Pure strength?
Yep.
If me hitting it didn't displace it.
I rolled a 2.
If me hitting
Yeah. Again, you saw. Well, maybe you didn't, but
Yeah, I probably
Kat,
didn't.
you did hear Kaz tinkering with it.
Yeah.
And you move over and grab the rings, and you begin to pull. Again, it is as if you're not putting any force on it at all.
Yeah.
It is immoving.
Okay.
Actually, can I get the bag of holding back?
Yeah, sure.
Can I just try to?
Oh,
What is the width that you can make the bag of holding?
Let me check. I think it's pretty good. 2 feet in diameter at the mouth and 4 feet deep. So
2 feet in diameter.
roughly.
It's a 5x5.
oh, this is a big old
This is a thing.
sphere.
Yeah, this is a big thing.
Okay. Damn. I'm glad you asked that because I was not picturing a fucking 5 foot.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
5 foot
that's
diameter.
like practically one of us.
Yeah.
In diameter.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's cool as hell.
That's why I think on the map it takes up a full space.
Yeah,
That makes
it
sense.
makes sense.
You know
Yeah.
what? It's all coming together, baby.
Attaboy.
Damn, you did it.
Good job, you
We're
guys.
idiots.
I'm
So
proud
I
of you. Yep.
All right, just out of curiosity, I'll Well, no, because I don't think I saw what Kaz was doing, so never mind. Did y'all notice it stopped?
What happened?
Did you notice the ticking stop?
Oh, yeah.
Did you do something? It's okay if you did. I'm just asking.
No, I would never. Yeah, I don't fuck with magic shit too much.
Oh,
I don't know anything about it really.
insight check.
Did I see him do it, or I made I mean, it's up to you if I've actually heard him do it or not.
What's your passive perception?
11.
You gotta be a 24 deception, baby.
I did not.
I mean, with your passive perception when he was in the middle of doing it and you weren't really doing anything, yeah, you saw him.
Okay.
So-
I probably saw him too if I had an 18, because my passive.
Yeah, your
perception's
passive
18.
pretty high. I
Yeah.
mean, you know that he's a really good liar.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily believe him. You're just like, damn,
You know what?
you're fucking good.
What's up?
You have a gift.
Thank you.
I'll give you that.
For what?
Anyway,
We're making clicking noises stop, of course.
Come on.
Oh.
I didn't do that.
Well, whatever.
all right. Well,
Redder.
So, are we
What now?
here? Should we move on?
You know,
Did that not work? Michaela?
no one's been coming to the door. We weren't quiet. Like, we all know we weren't
I
quiet.
mean, I have to assume probably no one's here, or they're like trying to set a trap or something. I'm just.
Do we want to just check the upstairs? I mean, we know there's something there, but like,
Have we finished this floor yet?
yeah.
Was there more to explore here?
we've basically seen everything, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
And there's a
I
little
think so.
guest room that we didn't go to, but I've been in there before.
Bless you.
I didn't notice anything.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, how about let's go upstairs and then just sort of be on our guard for.
Kill. You, as this conversation is going on, your ears perk up a little bit, and you swear you can hear, very muffled, it's very far away, it's just sort of sudden because the rest of the room is quiet as you all are just sort of discussing this. You swear you can hear like, or like the turning of like a brass sort of like a something. You hear
Someone's coming.
Is the door closed?
this door is open.
This door's open. When you say someone's coming, I'm ready to mind sliver a hostile target.
Okay, you ready in action?
I'm gonna go actually hide somewhere in the room.
Make a stealth check.
Whatever 13 plus 18 is.
Yep, good to know. Good to know. That's 31.
I'm gonna try to quietly close the door, and then once I do that, just keep my ear up against it.
Okay,
And just listen.
sounds good. You quietly close the door as your companions sort of prepare themselves. Kaz slips out into the room somewhere while you're doing this, and you turn and you really only see Indigo. You have no idea where Kaz is. Indigo is sort of in the process of holding a spell up with his wine glass. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh my god.
Focus.
Focus, thank you. He's holding it up with his sort of
The wine's getting like weirdly frothy.
Yes, it's just sort of like roiling a little bit.
Yeah.
And you put your ear up against the wall, and you hear the sound of a heavy door open, and you hear the soft sound of a heavy door close. Very softly.
Okay.
Don't hear any footsteps or anything. Make a perception check for me.
Why did I roll 2 dice? Oh, because I have the Farseer scope up, so I actually would roll 2 dice. 25.
Is it just sight that you get
Oh,
done?
you might be.
That makes sense.
I don't think it says that, but that makes sense. That's fair.
That's kind of
Yep.
assumed, yeah.
Yep, so I gotta reroll 1 die. 21.
21. Put your ear up against the door, and you close your eyes and you begin to listen. Moment passes, and you hear
Coming closer.
they stop. And with your ear up against the door and sort of your eyes looking down, you open them, and you hear
On the door. I take a quick glance at Indigo, and I just sort of like widen my eyes and then I step away from the door, kind of like, if the door were to open this way, I would kind of take 1 step behind where the, you know what I'm saying? So as the door opens, I would be kind of covered by the door.
Sounds good.
I'll see if there's a place I can quickly step to hide.
Okay. Make a stealth check.
20.
20.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, you slip behind one of the. Let's see. Kaz sort of disappears behind the stand that the armor was, and you slip sort of just under the
That's
table.
right. This is the door.
Yes, you slip just under the table and hide as best you can. I mean, there's not many places to hide in here, but you do what you can. Kaz sort of also like braces himself up against the wall, close to like the ceiling as well.
There's just a big pile of books in here, right?
Yeah, correct.
So I'm actually gonna take like 1 step like sort of this way, and
I'm gonna just take a bit of a crouch, and I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion to make like just more books like right on top of me.
Hell yeah.
So it basically looks like I'm
I
in a
love that
pile of
thing, yes.
books.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
And thankfully, there's no verbal component on that,
That's
so I make no
wonderful.
sound.
Go ahead and just give me a stealth check with advantage.
Okay. Wow. 19.
19. You do so, and you are just sort of surrounded by a mound of illusory books in the middle, which is hilarious. You all hear as the door slowly opens. Those of you who have a line of sight that are able to see through either your illusions or from where you are hiding, you see the very calm but suspicious demeanor of Councilman Ibrahim. He seems to be alone. takes a step in. He looks around. He shuts the door behind him. You hear a puts his hand in the air. He reaches into a pocket on the side. Begins to crumple something, and he begins to mutter something under his breath. He begins to trace with his other hand into the air a familiar-looking set of signals. What would you like to do, Indigo?
Well, I guess first off, can I like?
Are you releasing the spell?
What spell?
Well, you said you ready.
I guess I kind of assumed I was no longer ready once I.
Yes, which also, if that was that a cantrip that you were
cantrip.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, as soon as you did something else, it dropped.
Can I tell what he's casting with Arcana?
Yes, you can. You can have advantage on this because it looks familiar.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. It's very clear he's about to cast Detect Magic.
Yeah. I'd like to take this moment to. Let's find out worth making it subtle, huh? I'd like to cast Suggestion.
Okay.
On Ibrahim. Actually, do I have any? Let's make this a heightened suggestion.
A heightened suggestion.
So
okay.
he's going to get disadvantage on his saving throw.
Okay. But okay, that's fine. Sounds good.
I believe I'm also due for a wild surge.
You are due for a wild surge, yes, because of your Tides of Chaos.
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead and first just roll a d100 so I know what your surge is going to be.
Spell, I think.
Yes, sometimes they do. Oh man, this is going to be awesome. So heightened suggestion, I have disadvantage on the save.
Yep.
Got it. 14. Interesting. Okay. You're right in the middle, right, Kel?
Sure, we can say that. Yeah.
I believe you said you went into the middle.
Yeah. At first, I was talking about the door, but yeah, I take a step.
Where do you want to be?
Yeah,
I was basically taking a step. I didn't know how far, like how wide the radius of the book pile already was, so I kind of wanted to be like on the fringe of the book pile. So yeah, I'll just say like there.
Cool. No worries. Okay. All right. So funny enough, the surge sort of erupts with the spell. I will make a save. You feel an eruption of a spell centered on you, sort of expel out of you. But because there's no one in the vicinity, no one is affected by the surge spell. However, you still lose your heightened suggestion. So you just sort of, you poke your head out and, I mean, you still have to sort of cast the spell. But because he's in the process of casting a spell, he doesn't have time to react in any way. So he just sort of attempts to brace himself as the suggestion goes to him.
The suggestion I'll make is sit down and have a nice, long, friendly talk with me.
Okay. What save is this?
Wisdom.
I believe it's-
Wisdom?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a charm.
Yep. My DC is 15.
Okay.
Why do you think him sitting down and having a nice long chat with you is a good idea?
Because I want to.
You got to explain to him why it's a good idea.
Well,
I always think that's part of the fun of the spell. Just be like, because I'm delightful.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you said wisdom?
Yes.
With disadvantage, he rolled a 21.
Holy fuck. Okay. It's a good idea. I wouldn't expect his wisdom to be
sort of
super high.
stops. Folds his hands, just like this in front of him. Well, I figured as much. All of your friends locked in here as well.
Who can say? Who can say how many friends I have?
Small quarters. Keen for them to hide as well as they are.
Oh, I've fit some large things in some very small spaces, I can assure you.
Happy Pride Month.
As this is going on, if he makes any sort of like violent move towards Indigo, especially if it's facing away from me, and I would like to try to sneak up on him and.
Where is he? Is he right inside the door?
He's right inside the door. Yes, I will give you a. For lack of a better thing, here's a were jackal.
A were-jackal. Is he here or here?
He's yes.
This one?
Yep.
Okay. So if he takes one step forward into my melee range, I'm just gonna
Take a baseball swing at his head with weight cart.
Okay, word. So you are holding your attack action for if he enters your melee range. I'm sorry. What are you doing, Cass?
I'm waiting if he makes any sort of like aggressive movement. If I think he's casting a aggressive spell, if I think he's going to hurt someone, and I want to be really specific about this.
Yes.
I want to sneak up behind him.
So you cannot hold movement.
Yeah.
You can only hold actions. So you'd have to get to him and then hold the action.
Okay.
So you can't wait for if he starts to do something. We'll have to go into initiative if he's not within range of your held action. You can hold a thrown action or something like that.
I mean, I would have to go to my. So I'll just do my short bow then.
Sure, that's fine.
If he looks like he's going to attack someone,
Gotcha.
him.
And I'm readying Burst of Thorns, not just a regular melee
Gotcha.
attack.
Good to know. That's a cantrip?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So, he just sort of looks around a little bit. You see Indigo. Does not seem to mark your companions. I doubt you would have come here alone. Do you want to risk? And to be honest, I doubt you would have been able to survive breaking into my study. How did you come about permission to enter this room, by the way? It's nigh impossible.
What do you mean permission?
Well, there are very few who are able to set foot into this room when it is barred.
Perhaps I'm just special.
I'm sure you are. Enough of this ruse. He begins to cast a spell. Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll. And on top of that, let's roll initiative and let's fucking throw some battle music on there. How about that?
First.
Attack first,
Okay.
and then we'll roll initiative.
So that's going to be a 26 for the attack.
26 hits, sorry. Orphan Maker, yes, please. By the way, chat, let us know if like the sound is weird. We're playing the music in studio and through just the stream in general. So if the music sounds good, or if it's too loud, or if it seems weird and echoey, please let us know. Damn. Okay, yes. So the damage, please.
Sorry, I need to grab another d6 because of my Ring of Obscurance.
That's
when
okay.
they don't know that I'm there,
Hell yeah.
I get another d6,
We love it.
which is why I wanted to sneak up.
Amazing.
Hell
So
yeah.
I'm now rolling 5d6.
Goddamn.
11, 12, 16, 19, plus 4. 23 damage
23 points of damage.
to the wizard.
God damn, you. And it just, right inside from the back, it sort of pops up the front, right in his torso, and he just sort of, and he turns, and now seeing you sort of hop down from the top of the ceiling, ready to go.
Ibrahim.
You definitely interrupt his spellcasting.
Goddamn right.
So initiative rolls. Okay. Indigo.
5.
Okay. Kill.
15.
Okay. And Sirkaz.
17.
17. Gotcha. Alrighty. Beautiful. So. Yeah, you absolutely wreck him with this arrow as it pierces out the front of him, and he just sort of coughs a little bit. You can see now even blood trickling from his lips. He is definitely wounded. He's ceased casting that spell sort of at the top of the initiative, and he just sort of turns. Kill, you are still hidden because of the illusion. He just sort of, Ibrahim seems to look around. You will regret this. And he holds out his hands, and he begins to conjure something as he is at the top of the initiative. At his turn, I'm going to need... Let's see where he is. I'm actually just gonna need Sirikaz and Kill to make Constitution saving throws, because he doesn't necessarily see Indigo as a big threat because you just fucking ice the shit out of him.
So he doesn't need to see me. It's like
Wild Magic Surge, common Wild Magic Surge. Go ahead and roll a D100.
so he doesn't need to see me. It's like a area.
You see, as he's holding out his hands, a sort of amalgamation of I do not want that to make sure that it's make sure that it's looping and not playing in a different which it is. That's hilarious. So it's looping on Tombs. We want to make sure it's on Orphan Maker, and then make sure it's looping.
The song's called Orphan Maker.
Yes. All right, great. Okay, so you see as he's holding out his hands, there's an amalgamation of white, sort of shock cold blue, like icicle like arcanum that's sort of coalescing in his hands, and as he holds it out towards Kaz, it erupts in like a typhoon like blast of cold frigid air and icicles.
Cool.
Constitution save.
I doubt the 9 is high enough.
Okay.
21.
21 saves, 9 fails. You suffer. Okay.
Damn it, you grab more dice.
You suffer 21 points of cold damage, Kaz. You suffer 10 points of cold
And then half
damage.
again is a weight card.
Exactly the amount of HP
5.
I had.
You really at 20. So as he blasts this wave of cold at you, you immediately slump on the ground. Kill is minor illusion concentration. I don't think it is.
You've gone down, is that right?
No, it's not.
I went to
It's not.
exactly 0.
Oh, shit.
So annoying.
That is going to be Ibrahim's turn though, as he can't do
So now it's my turn.
anything else. It is your turn. I need you to make a death saving throw, please.
Make sure I'm not stable. It's just 0.
Wait, it's not your turn.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
You
Oh,
rolled
I
a
thought you rolled a
17.
5. Oh,
Seven.
sorry.
No,
sorry.
I
He rolled a 5. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
All right. 17, so that's a success.
Oh, what'd you get on the Wild Magic Surge?
5.
5. Okay. Before this happens,
Oh, shit.
get out of here with these fucking Modrons, man! Where is he? He's over there. He's over there. Put a Modron on there.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Where's he go?
For the next minute, or no, sorry, 5. A Modron. Wait, what'd you say it was? What'd you roll?
I got 5.
5. A Modron, chosen and controlled by the DM, appears in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you, then disappears 1 minute later.
So
Am I still here or am I somewhere else?
You're still here.
Okay.
It appears right here.
Can you?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Boop. God damn, these fucking Modrons. That's so funny. Okay, that is hilarious. I will operate and control this Modron.
This Modron.
Modron 5e. What did you get on the death saving throw, my friend?
17.
You got a 17 on the death save?
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's 1 save. Wonderful. I don't want that. I want... hello? I want a stat, bitch. Thank you. Awesome. Yeah, monodrone. Great. Okay. Hilarious. Okay. Yes, that is 1 save. Wonderful. That is going to bring us to Kill. It is your turn.
Remind me how you rule casting multiple leveled spells in a turn.
So you, one of them can be of any level, as long as it's an action or a bonus action or whatever. The other one, that is, you know, the opposite. Whether, like, if you're casting a, if you're casting Misty Step as a bonus action, the action, one of them can't be higher than level 2.
Level 2. Okay.
Yes. Sorry,
All right.
I don't know why I made that so complicated. One of them cannot be higher than level 2.
That's okay. Perfect. Okay. All right. So I'm going to. I know he's got area of effect spells. Damn.
Considering where we are, that's
Yeah, it's basically the whole thing. Sorry, I'm gonna need one more minute here. Well, I'm definitely gonna start by. I will reveal myself by casting Healing Word at 2nd level.
Okay.
To bring Kaz up. Where's my other D4? There you are. I know. I'm like, oh hell yeah. So
you should have left it, but that's
13 points of healing.
13 points of healing. Gotcha.
13 points of healing because it's 2d4 plus 5.
Beautiful. Amazing. As you just sort of quickly shout over an incantation towards Kaz in your sort of native turtle tongue, you hear the words of his ancestors sort of wash upon you, and you immediately wake up healing. 13, we said, points of damage?
13, baby.
Beautiful.
13, baby.
All right. So now what I'm going to do is
Take a few steps back. So I'll be back here.
and then I'm going to cast Conjure Animals.
Certainly.
And I think, so many choices. I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to summon 8 giant poisonous snakes.
Okay. As you begin to conjure this spell, you begin to mutter the incantation in the air, and as you're sort of reaching across your back to crush a little bit of the growing fungus to serve as your components for the spell, you begin to scatter it into the air, and you can see the bits of the mushrooms sort of turn in the air and sort of transform into an elongated form as it and scatters onto the ground as Ibrahim uses his reaction to counterspell.
I had a feeling that would happen.
Ah, what a bitch.
Yeah, okay.
I had a feeling that would happen. Okay, that's fine. That's my turn.
What a pussy! You didn't let me do it,
Dude's got a fucking hole in his torso.
Let me summon 8 snakes, bro.
bro. You can't handle my 8 snakes, dog. That is the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Indigo, you're up.
I'm gonna cast a Chaos Bolt at Ibrahim.
Oh, you don't want to cast it at Kaz?
Now, wait a second. You might be on to
I
something.
want you to think about this.
Well, if I roll doubles, I might have to. All right. That's a 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay. That's 2 8.
Sal, I can't believe you didn't counterspell my healing word. I can't believe you resisted.
He is a very smart man.
Yeah.
I have to play him at a heightened sort of. He knows. I'll say this. He knows that he can fucking knock one of you down.
Yeah.
Because he knows he has the potency to do that.
Yeah.
So he's not worried about that. He's worried about it being 3-on-1. Yeah. So he recognized what you were doing.
Yeah.
And was like, absolutely not. I can't do fucking 11-on-1.
That's going to be 20 thunder damage.
20 thunder damage.
Hell yeah.
Holy fuck. Wow.
I hit him with an arrow. You get him with the fucking lightning.
You begin to conjure this sort of ball of erupting and scattering bits of electricity. And as you do, you finally loose it through the focus of your wine glass. And as it scatters through the room, it sort of teleports and disappears into 3 different spaces before finally reappearing right in front of him and just erupting at his sternum. You see as he turns, his cloak that covers his most of his body seems to almost inherently cover him as this explosion erupts in front of him, and he is knocked ever so slightly back, not enough to displace him, but he does suffer the damage. But for some reason, this cloak that he wears seems to displace a bit of that damage. There you go. It suffers 10 points of thunder damage.
Oh. Resistance to thunder damage. That's different.
There might be several energy types.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, it's me.
All right. Just gonna bring us back up to his turn. Ibrahim.
Oh, is the Modron doing anything?
Excuse me. Yes. The Modron. How could I possibly forget?
How can we forget Momo?
Of course.
Is it the same Modron?
He pops up again and he goes, "Yo."
Don't worry, guys. I got this.
He reaches.
Smith.
He reaches into the back of his box-like body, and he pulls out from what seems to be a little compartment a rod that sort of continues to extend into a full javelin that he just sort of turns and just rockets this javelin at Ibrahim. There's no way. Yep, he hits. 18.
It hits. Okay.
Yay! He deals. Jesus Christ. 3 points of piercing damage.
He crits! Momo kills Ibrahim!
Yeah, Modron kills him. That's hilarious. The spear grazes against the other side of his body, where the arrow is sort of piercing out on the one side. The spear slices through the right side of his torso and sort of into the side of the wall. And he just sort of, God! That's so funny. Yes, it is his turn, so let's see what he wants to do. Now, sort of knowing that he's... Oh no, you backed up.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
I did not want to give him free area of effect things.
Word.
I don't know if we're far enough apart now, but he casts fireball in the whole room.
I don't think there's anything that can hit all of us that won't also hit him right now.
Yeah.
At least evocation-wise.
Though if he has that thing where he can like exclude himself from it.
He's a wizard, though.
I think even a cone would probably be tough to hit multiple of us,
Yeah.
just because of the angles we're at. Maybe like Indigo and me. I don't know.
Just gonna count
I just didn't want to give him freebie, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Quick, everyone, cone formation.
He's gonna get 5, 10. He's gonna center this spell right here.
Okay.
He backs up and he reaches into a pack underneath his cloak, and he takes it out and he begins to rub a little substance in his hand, and then he scatters it into the sky, and you can see this sort of grayish substance, almost like he's throwing paint into the air, and it just and bursts into flame and scatters onto the ground, and you see a tiny little speck appear in that space, and it erupts into a fireball. Okay, so 5, 10, 15. Kaz, kill. 5, 10, 15, 20. You're just outside of it, Indigo.
It's like a mini fireball.
This is
15-foot fireball.
It is 20 foot.
Oh,
20 foot radius.
But like a mini fireball.
No, this is fireball.
Fireball's got a bigger than 20 foot.
20 foot radius. As far as I'm
Sure.
reading it, fireball. Each creature in a 20 foot radius sphere.
Oh, okay.
It's just the range as you could put that.
Yeah, okay.
It's a 150 foot range.
Fair enough.
Dexterity saving throws.
I assumed.
Yeah.
Which is good for me. I have +7,
very
which
good.
gives me a
That's terrible for me.
30-20.
30-20.
Hey, but I rolled a 19.
Fucking you both save.
yeah.
However, you still suffer a good amount
And you're resistant
of
to fire,
D6s.
so that's good.
I'm resistant, and I might use my uncanny dodge. We'll see.
You can't uncanny dodge it. It's
Nope.
evasion,
Yeah.
which you get at a higher
It just
level.
says when an attack that you can.
It's not an attack.
It's not an attack.
Oh, right, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's why you get evasion later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, first is...
My attack is only when you roll the d20.
Yeah. It seems like just fucking wrong that that's the case, but that's how it works.
Yeah. Just, I could choose their words better. That's all. Oh, but you know what I can do if I survive?
Yeah.
The problem is, he's probably got 2 more counter spells, so you know.
He's already used his reaction. Oh no, he just got it back.
Yeah, back, right.
You suffer 21 points of fire damage, halved because you both saved, so down to 10 points of fire damage.
And just 5.
Of which you suffer 5 instead.
Well, these resistances are coming in handy.
They are doing very well. This room now begins to sort of burst into flames because of this fireball.
Cool. I'm just gonna be like right back at you and hit him with
Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah.
This would have been a really good fight to have absorb elements prepared.
Right back at ya. She said.
But this is the first time we've seen Ibrahim do stuff.
Dexterity 7,
Yeah, like,
right?
as far as combat
Yep.
goes, yeah.
So I had no idea that he was sort of you know.
That's gonna be a 13.
I believe that fails. Let me double check.
Okay.
Yes, because it's 14.
Hell yeah.
So he's gonna take 13 fire damage.
As you suffer this fireball attack, your body sort of opens up, and it's almost like your chest splits open and a rush of hellfire erupts out of you. And just before it comes to strike against him, his cloak sort of turns over onto the side. He suffers half the amount of this damage. What was the damage?
13.
13, so half down to 7. Sorry, no, half down to 6. So we round down. And it erupts on him. You can see the flames lick against his face, where the cloak almost just doesn't cover. And he is sort of frantically looking around. That is going to be the end of his turn. Kaz, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna
Try to make him blind, and then he can't count.
I just have a quick question.
Yes.
So that was my reaction from the last round. Will I have another reaction after the end of this turn?
Yeah.
Not at the end of this turn. At the top of the. I don't remember if it follows the actual round. I think it's the initiative. So that was your reaction for this round.
was my initiative.
It doesn't go up to the end of your turn. Otherwise, you'd be able to make.
It would be
2
the same.
reactions.
It just
No,
depends on when it resets.
It wouldn't be the same. If he would be able to get his reaction back at the end of his turn, he would have been able to make 2 reactions this round.
In the first round specifically.
No, this round right now, because he just used a reaction, because this was the
I
top of the
see.
round.
'Cause, yeah,
And then at the end of his turn, if he wanted to use another reaction at some point, then he would get 2 reactions this round.
It doesn't matter.
Well,
I don't
if
wanna
he,
spend time-
well,
spend
yeah,
time
I mean,
on
I'm
it,
just
but
saying, if he had to wait up until the top of the round, then it's only 1 round.
Either.
It's fine.
Cool.
We can talk about it at the break. Yeah.
I'm certain that we're both right. We're just not sure what the other person is saying.
Sure.
Yeah.
That tends to be the case. I'm gonna rush up on a motherfucker with my longsword.
Word.
With my Thorn's Bane, if you will.
Yes, of course.
Which I guess will also be Ibrahim's Bane, but that doesn't sound as good.
Yes, no, that's what I'm saying, Eric. I think that there is probably a miscommunication between myself and Matt.
So that's going to be an 18, which I know hits, unless he does something.
He's going to use his reaction to cast shield.
Okay.
So you go to attack, he's going to throw a shield up, and that attack misses.
So I will go ahead and throw out a. Oh, you're a bitch.
He sort of looks at you through this shimmering, like, little bit of arcanum in front of him, and he just sort of smiles at you.
And now I only moved what, 15 feet to get there?
Fuck you! Alright, that's fine, I'll keep that in mind. Screw the DM.
Oh.
I only moved like 15 feet to get there, right?
Yep,
Cool. He doesn't have a reaction.
he does not.
I want to use my bonus action to hide. If
You can certainly try. Make a stealth check.
here's the thing, I'm good at that.
Yeah, yep.
22.
Okay.
So you like.
So you go over here somewhere.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Or actually, I don't even know if you can make it. So you did 15 feet, 5, 10.
You just dive
go
into a
right
pile
back.
of books.
You're right back.
Sneak 100, baby.
Hell yeah, dog.
Sneak 100.
That's so. Oh, I guess I'm not in combat anymore. That's so funny. All right, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I think that's my action, my bonus action. And I've used my reaction for the round, so I'm hiding forever now.
Keel, you're up.
Yep. Don't want them to all get burned up. Sorry, the fact that he just used his reaction to cast shield changes everything.
Yeah, it does.
What do you want to do to him?
No
Definitely
counter
casting
spell.
conjure animals again.
Okay.
I
want to chip.
think
Okay. All right. Yep. I know what I'm doing.
okay. I'm going to summon 2 dire wolves.
Ooh. Interesting.
Yeah, and they are large, but even if you don't have large ones, I can still.
Large.
Yeah, but even if you have medium ones, I can just place them in the center of the square.
Give me a schmedium,
Let's
baby.
do this Coldrith. And
Oh, this thing is fucked.
yeah, all right.
Is it holding a knife?
Yeah. You know what's scarier than a spider? Is a spider with a knife.
He's got a knife.
Okay. So 1 large wolf appears right here, blocking the door, and 1 large wolf appears right here, so he's completely sandwiched in.
Fuck yeah.
And yeah, and then they're both going to make attacks, and they have pack tactics, so they attack with advantage.
Go for it.
So I'll do the spider boy first. That's 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Yep. And then I'll go ahead and roll that damage now. So ooh, that's terrible. So that's 7 piercing damage,
Okay.
and he has to make a strength save.
Okay. This is at disadvantage because you're the DM.
Which is very funny because it's strength save wizard.
What's the DC?
13.
Yeah, 8.
Okay, so he falls prone
Okay.
as he gets kind of pinned to the ground. The spider's real roly-poly. Well, he's not pinned, but he's, you know, he's kind
He's
of knocked
prone.
to the ground. He's prone. Yeah, and then the other dire wolf will attack.
If only you had just taken the long sword to the chest instead of being a bitch.
That's only a 14 to hit.
14 misses, unfortunately.
Yeah, especially with the
The
shield.
second attack gnaws up against the effervescent sort of arcanic shield wall.
Yeah,
that sort
'cause
of
that does stay up.
Yeah, it stays up for the rest of the round.
Yep.
Which again furthers the idea of the round, not the end of the turn, because it would stay up to the top of the round.
Yeah.
Well,
You still get 1 reaction per round, no,
No,
matter
'cause
what
that's-
you do.
that's until
it just
his
depends
next
on when
turn.
you reset it.
Yeah.
It's just I've always thought of it.
Well,
at the
what
end of my
Garrett was
turn,
asking
because
is if it was at the end of his turn, he
Yeah.
would have gotten 2 reactions in the round. Because he used his reaction after the first turn in the round.
I think
Daddy's making me have a fight I,
think-
don't want
I
to
think-
have.
I
for
don't
no
know what you're
reason.
saying. It doesn't make,
absolutely
what you're saying doesn't make any sense.
I think the only thing you guys are getting mixed up on is like where the round begins for the purpose of
The round begins at the top of the initiative.
that is what you were saying. So
That's what it is.
Okay.
Correct.
Now, can I just,
Yeah, go for it.
so if you're viewing it as this boom static thing,
Yes.
yeah, I would have gotten one here. This is the beginning,
Yep.
and then I would have gotten one like right after
Which
here,
is 2.
But then I would not have been able to do it up here again. Is what he's
Right.
saying. Do you know what I mean?
But that's still 2.
In the first round is the only time that could possibly happen, and that's why I said that's what I said, and you said no.
Yeah. What I'm
it's cool. We'll have
It really doesn't matter.
Well, no,
some
because
cards
no.
to
That's not true. If you think of it as here, right? Start and end of the round. But you think that you can take a reaction essentially before your turn starts and after your turn
Nobody's
starts.
saying that.
That is what you asked.
that is what I asked.
right? So that's what I'm saying.
basically what I asked.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. That is what Garrett asked. And so
Okay, right.
Right. So then every round, if you are, unless you were the first person in the round, every round you would be able to take a reaction before your
But
turn
what I'm
and
saying
after
is
your turn.
that would only ever come up in the first round.
It would not.
Because-
Unless you were the first person in the round.
I'm gonna draw something later, and I think I can help explain this.
Okay.
For now.
Okay.
This is definitely not worth spending any time. There's still only a same size window, and you only get 1 each window.
I'll
not
show you at the
anything
break.
other than that.
I'll show you at the break. Okay. So, I don't even know whose turn it is right now. I don't even remember
I'm sure
what
I'm
we're
glad
doing.
we had that argument for no reason at all.
Indigo's turn.
Indigo's turn. Gotcha.
Me? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, quick. I have another rules question. Range attacks against prone targets. Those have disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. In that case, I think I'm going to do a Mind Sliver on Ibrahim.
Okay.
That's going to be an int save. DC is 15.
That is going to be a 16.
So you pass. Okay.
Yes.
Then that's fine. And then the Modron rolls.
The Modron is going to reach behind him and throw another spear.
He'll have disadvantage, right? Because he's prone.
Oh, yep. Which is gonna miss, especially because of the shield. Okay. It's gonna bring us back up to Ibrahim.
Also, rallying cry.
Rallying cry.
Is that the?
That is a 10 HP. I think everybody gets 10 temporary.
That's a very good time for that.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah.
Very good time for that.
Tight.
Ooh, not 100.
Shouts out to Phantom Library. Okay. So. Ibrahim is going to use his bonus action to cast Misty Step. He is going to appear.
Bonus
How far can I go?
motherfucker's action.
Does he reappear prone?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it doesn't say anything about changing your
Yeah.
state. 30.
Oh yeah, because prone is a condition. Yeah.
He just like melts into the floor and just drops back into it.
He's gonna pop up right here.
Prone.
He's prone, but he's gonna use his movement to stand up.
Ugh, what a bitch.
Oh my god!
Stay on the floor.
Stay on the floor, you idiot.
Stay on the floor. Let the wolves eat you.
Okay, he is going to turn to you, Kill.
Yeah.
Because he knows that you are the source of the conjure of the conjuring. The conjuring. Let's see.
Isn't it Indigo's turn?
I just went.
Oh.
It is Ibrahim's turn.
It wasn't very effective.
Wow, I missed it entirely.
No, yeah, I just did a mind slip already passed. So.
Fuck that. What a bitch.
Failure saves.
Ibrahim, more like Ibitchim.
Oh my god.
Be cool and failure saves, please.
This guy's incredibly powerful. I'm making jokes because I'm afraid.
He is going to hold out his hand at you and just gonna go with old reliable. And he's gonna cast a 3rd level magic missile at you. So you suffer.
So that's just auto hits,
3,
right?
yes. So let's have this.
fucking
It's
brutal.
1 more dart for each slot. So +2. So you suffer 5d4 plus
5d4.
5 force damage.
All right. Before you tell me the damage,
Yes.
I need to make a decision.
Okay.
It obviously doesn't affect your to hit because they hit.
That doesn't hit, yeah.
Dude, the odds are so low. Because I'm going to have to make 5 concentration checks. Yeah, I'll use my reaction to pop into my shell.
You do not use, they're not 5 separate checks. All the damage is dealt simultaneously. So it's 1 check.
That's how you're ruling it?
That's what it reads. The darts all strike simultaneously.
Yeah, but there's still 5 different. Well, you can.
They're not 5 different attacks.
Oh, okay.
It's 1 attack to hit. Or sorry, there's no attack to hit.
Right.
Because everything strikes simultaneously, even though you can spread them between creatures, they all hit
still counts
exactly
as
at
one.
once.
Okay.
So
I assumed it
because
was
they're all
5
hitting one
concentration
creature-
checks.
No, I
Okay.
wouldn't, no.
Awesome.
Especially because there's no roll to hit, there's no save or anything.
Yeah.
I mean that feels to me like if you just wanted to knock anybody's concentration out, it's just like
Magic missile.
the high level magic missile. No.
All right. Well, then I won't pop into the shell then. Well,
Does that give you resistance? Or
yeah. If I'm in my shell, I get advantage to con saves. So it'd give me advantage on the 1 concentration check, which is gonna, it's gonna be. Yeah. Okay. I'll still do it.
Okay.
I'll go in my shell.
Pop in your shell.
Yep.
You suffer 18 points of force damage.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a concentration check with advantage.
Yep. And so it's still just a 10 DC. Okay. Wow. Double 17s. Okay.
There you go.
So I save.
Nice.
You said 18 points of damage?
18, yes.
Okay.
All right, that is going to be the end of Ibrahim's turn. Kaz, you're up.
Cool. I'm gonna get up behind this motherfucker and try to shank him again. Do this.
You appear. Breaking yourself.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Does he know I'm there?
After you appeared sort of in front of him and moved to try to get behind him,
he was facing kill. No.
unfortunately he notices you.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a very perceptive person.
17 plus 7, 24.
24 hits.
Cool. Oh, he's not gonna use shield again like a fucking bitch. Not the worst I've done.
I just saw Eric in the chat. That's very funny.
Just a quick jab with 16 piercing damage.
16 piercing damage. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Wargod's blessing. Word.
That's plus 10 to attack. For all of us.
Everyone gets plus 10 on the next attack.
Yep.
Oh, cool. I can't wait to use that on my next attack.
Oh yeah. You're stabbing him, right?
Yeah, just
You stab him right through the back, and he just sort of, and you can see that he is figgity fucked up.
Yeah,
now. He's
goddamn
super
right.
fucked up. Is that the end of your turn?
no, I'm gonna pull out,
Oh.
and I'm gonna take a few steps away back towards my hiding place. And he has not used his opportunity attack?
He doesn't get one
He doesn't get one.
Oh, he has.
because you're fancy footwork.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Cool. I'm gonna try to hide again. Bonus action 9.
Oh my God, sir!
I'm just,
Where did it go?
I'm just imagining it like the Scott Pilgrim jumping through the window
Yeah.
scene. So just going back and forth.
That movie's so good.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
15.
Sure. Good to know, buddy.
Why not?
Kill, you're up. Indigo, you're on deck.
All right.
From inside my shell, I'm gonna have these guys move over
Oh yeah.
and each make two.
Not each make 2 attacks. Each make an attack.
Okay.
That's a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Yep. And then doesn't matter. The second hit is the second one is a 15.
15 actually misses.
Okay. I think it's 2d6 plus 3. 12 damage this time.
I'm sorry. The second one, he is going to use his reaction to cast shield. 15 would have just barely hit.
Okay.
So he's at 20 AC right now.
Okay.
So deal damage to the first one, sorry.
Yep. So it was 12 damage.
12 points of damage, gotcha. Okay.
All right.
Jesus Christ. That's the wolf, right? They're both wolves.
Both wolves are done.
It leashes. It lunges up to him, grabs him on the arm, bites into it, and just starts ripping at his arm, and it tears across his forearm and his bicep. You can see there's blood just pouring out of him. He's just sort of standing there like he's on the verge of, like, you can see he's on the verge of collapsing.
Yeah.
I really hope the Modron gets the final attack. Ibrahim.
Well,
Modron, how do you want to do this?
I am gonna bonus action pop out of my shell
Okay.
and take one step to Ibrahim.
Crush his head.
and I'm going to try to smack him.
Go for it.
Try to smack him. So I have advantage because he's against the wolves, right?
For what?
Well, is he? No, I guess he's not quite flanked.
Unfortunately, he's not flanked.
Okay.
Even if I'm here, he's not flanked. That's
There's
exactly,
nothing but. Oh,
you know what I'm
yeah, he's flanked there. Yeah. Oh, you can't be there. There's a spheres there.
Yeah, you idiot.
saying? Oh, so the sphere is large. It's not
Yeah,
medium.
the sphere takes up
It
space.
is 5 by 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, but each space is 5. So if it's taking up all those spaces, it's got to be 10 by 10.
Well, it's not taking up all those spaces. It's taking up this space right here.
Okay. So the way it's drawn, it's kind of, but it's actually here. That is.
Yeah. Yes. This is. Yes. This is. Yes.
Can I move into this space?
It's too close to the wall.
Okay.
Right. Like you wouldn't be able to occupy this little
You'll
sliver.
have to destroy the wall.
You know what I mean?
Roll it however you want. The way it's drawn is just a little hard to tell. Okay, so I'm only rolling 1 die.
Oops.
Well, but you know what I'm saying is, right, the sphere only takes up one of the spaces, but it kind of looks like it takes up all 4.
We're just in an argumentative mood today.
No, I'm not. I'm accepting your ruling.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
So,
This is much less fighting than I'm used to.
No, it's no worries.
As far as Murph knows.
And like, I honestly don't know. Like, is this a occupiable space with you know what I'm saying?
right.
Because
So
I think
like,
what you're saying is that
couldn't-
this space is the same as this space.
essentially right.
Yeah.
Like you could be here, which occupies kind of 1/2 spaces, right? But you can't be here because this is in the wall, right? Or do we want to rule it where you can only occupy full spaces?
You rule it however you want. I just wasn't sure.
I like occupying, like, you can be here, but because this is in the way, you can't hit something here, right? But you also can't be here because there's no space here.
Okay, so partial spaces are not spaces.
Partial spaces are not spaces.
Okay.
You have to be able to occupy a full space.
That's all I needed
Yes.
to know.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to make a single attack roll.
Go for it.
And it's a 25 to hit.
25 certainly hits.
So... 8. Jesus Christ. All right, well, it's 6 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Hell yeah. Even a 1 gets it done. All right. All right, so here's what happens. Kill goes up to the realm sphere. He's like, tries to kind of duck behind it. Is like, oh, fuck, I don't fit.
He's thick.
He's got like a memory of being in the bathroom stall and like breaking shit up. He's like, wait, can I go around there? Nope. And he's just like, fuck it. And he just chokes up on his hammer and just takes baseball swing at the head. Yeah.
And then the same way that he knocked the sort of animated helm directly off of the body of the plate armor,
He just says, let's see if your head does the same thing.
cracks into the side of Ibrahim's head, and you don't necessarily knock it all the way off, but
Yeah.
you hear a sickening crack at the neck, and you can see there's as the bludgeoning force cracks into his skull that opens up the side of his face, you can see that there's a little bit of splitting at the base of his neck where the force is ripping the rest of his skin off as his body is thrown to the side of the wall, slamming against it, slumping on the ground, absolutely cold dead.
Turns out it did not do the same thing.
I've heard of losing one's head, but fuck that guy. I'm glad you killed him.
Holy shit. Oh my
Fuck.
god.
That's 2 of 3 or 4, depending on
Yes.
what we end up doing with Errant.
Someone get that cloak. That looks like a pretty sweet cloak.
You should get it, man.
Yeah, let's grab his shit and figure out what the fuck we're doing.
Yes.
Word.
Right.
Because we're not in a position to fight a third councilman today.
Dear God, no.
No,
So-
I think we'll want to. And we did tell the blacksmith that we would need like another. Well, the blacksmith said another day to get everyone together. So we're probably gonna have to rest a little bit, like anyway, before we really do our final whatever we're gonna do.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I think we just get a bunch of people charge the mine. If Thorn is still there, right?
Perhaps.
But not right now, right?
God, no,
Yeah,
not
okay.
right now.
So right now we gotta,
Right now, let's fucking loot this. Let's go upstairs. That trap was definitely.
yeah,
That's gotta be gone now, right?
yeah.
I'm gonna grab another random book, see if I'm still setting stuff on fire.
You pick up a book and it is tossed
Okay,
out.
cool. I can touch things now.
What's this
This
boy
will make
got
sex
on him?
much easier.
For sure.
What's this bitch nerd
Make a investigation check.
I will ritual detect magic to make sure we get all his swag.
Sure. What was your
I don't want
investigation?
to talk about it. It's another 2.
Another 2. It's not necessarily that you don't find anything. It just takes you a while to sort of really accurately sift through his things. As you're doing this, are you ritual casting, Kill?
Yes.
Okay. You take a minute to start to do that. Kaz, you sift through it. At first, it doesn't seem like he's carrying a coin purse. You find like one of his sort of little pouches on his hip seems to contain like a whole bunch of random little like reagents in it. Like it's probably a component pouch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not really worth much to you. You continue to look through. It seems like he doesn't carry much on him worth any sort of monetary, like really impressive monetary amount. However, you do find a hidden sort of little coin pouch towards, like on his backside, sort of under like a fold in his robes. That does seem to contain 13 gold. If you want to write this down.
I'm putting it in my D&D.
Perfect. 13 gold, 26 silver, and 5 copper.
26.
Oh yeah, I still have all the money I got from somewhere. So we want to divvy up at some point.
Cool.
The 2 platinum.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll write it down so we can do this.
Kill.
Yeah.
As you are casting this spell, there are a couple things that stick out to you. Number one, the cloak, for sure. That is very clearly magical. His sort of garments, like his robe, they're not necessarily robes, that's just sort of like, you know, a catch-all term for like what wizards wear, I guess. But his garments, like what he wears is a tunic, seems to be magical, and he seems to have some sort of a magical, a very familiar feeling magical object in a pocket on his left side.
Yeah. I'm gonna start stripping this man. Don't make it weird. But his stuff's magical and he don't need it anymore.
Strip him naked and throw him
Yeah.
outside. I don't give a shit.
I was
Do it
gonna,
right, it's never weird.
I was gonna say maybe we make a point, rally the people. Maybe it'd be a rallying cry to the people if we dragged his ass through the streets. I don't know.
Here's the thing. The Black Hand.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes.
I'm with you. I'm like with you. I love the enthusiasm. I love the spirit.
Thank you.
I do not want to get someone else
We
to
have.
hit me.
Do we have
today.
Aaron's head? Did I forget?
Errant?
I'm sorry, not Aaron.
Laron?
Laron.
I was gonna say, did you
I don't
have
think we
some
took his
adventure
head,
without
did
us?
I thought someone had his head. Maybe I'm just. Never mind. I'm having weird.
I mean,
violent thoughts.
I've carried a bunch of heads around in my day, but I don't think I took his.
Indigo.
I don't know.
I didn't expect that from you.
So his cloak,
I thought we had
his sort of clothes, and then another ruby.
I mean, yeah, I've got his head right. Another.
Anyways, I took his head.
Yeah. What about anything sort of in like a component pouch that's interesting? Did you get that already? I'm sorry.
I got it. Tossed it
Grab
off
it
to
and
the
then put it
side.
off to the side.
Well, I'll
It's
grab
very
it too.
clear and obvious.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I was looking at the effects of exhaustion
No worries.
to remind myself. Okay.
So you take a look. He doesn't seem to have anything exotic or out of the ordinary.
Okay.
However, I can tell you he has the components for a couple high-powered
Interesting spells. Yeah.
Specifically, he has Bakwano.
Mm-hmm.
He also has a glass cone. And lastly, where is it? There it is. He has a this like he has like a very small like palm size like golden skull.
Okay.
Oh, real quick, by the way.
Yeah, I'll grab those.
I just toss you guys each 3 gold and 8 silver.
Okay. The golden skull, is it like actually a gilded skull, or is
It
it,
is a
like
gilded
a
skull.
carved thing? It's a gilded skull.
Gilded skull.
Okay.
So
8 silver.
8 silver.
8 silver.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys both get 8, I get 10, and you both get 3 gold, I get 7.
Yeah, I'll grab those.
Yeah, the stuff I have.
Word.
Did he have a spell book on him?
He did not.
Okay. Well, if I know anything about wizards, the spell book might be upstairs, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's not much keeping us from going upstairs now.
Absolutely. Oh, what's the alarm going to go off?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess suppose how loud his alarm is.
I mean, it could call Thorn back here.
Well, I'll tell you, we can just go back and check, see if it's still there. What?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, the man's
Can
dead.
you like hide under his body and carry it over the threshold or something?
My lord, you can certainly try.
take his head. It's halfway
Well, I
off,
think you'd have to climb completely inside his body.
Oh, very well. If you can
All right.
Speaking of Indigo, you begin to feel an odd sort of sensation in the back of your
Oh, I think we're gonna have a
Chest.
visitor here.
and you feel your eyes sort of twitch and your neck crack. And the two of you
Well, hey there.
well done. This fool of a man walking into the lion's den. Hubris really makes dogs of us all. This is very clearly the influence of Gore's Black Tongue.
Oh, shit.
Taking over Indigo.
Yeah, he was a real prick. So, I guess a little less pride would have done him good. As is true for most of these people around here, I find.
I should warn you. my little pets. They scatter around the streets. And they are looking for you.
Your little pets.
They see a lot. But the Black Hands, they seek you.
Oh, good to know.
It seems as though this fool did not alert them. Probably sought glory for himself. Look where that got him.
You think they're coming this way, Black Hands?
Perhaps. They're searching all over. Not much time. What will you do?
It's a good question. Can your little pets get past that alarm at the top of the stairs, you think?
Tried before, looked around, didn't see any alternative ways.
This is
tasty. Would you mind if I tried something?
I'm gonna say yes.
I don't think he really cares, to be honest.
I do not either.
He holds his hand up against the bookshelf and he looses some sort of arcanum from it. And you can see just an eruption of fire out of his hands. Indigo, can you roll a D100 for me, please?
You know what? I can support that one.
The flames lick against the bookshelf and they sort of dissipate.
52.
Not doing much damage to the
Never mind,
bookshelf.
fuck that guy again.
52. Oh. As this sort of stops, you can see that fire that erupted out of his hand sort of licks and curls up the side of Indigo's body and then sort of wreathes his head and then shimmers a little bit and sort of dissipates into this glimmering sort of film across his body. You have a +2 bonus to your AC and immunity to magic missile for a certain amount of time.
Okay.
Black Tongue sort of. Yes. I will leave you to it. Be nimble. Be quick. They're on their way. And Indigo's eyes roll back once more and sort of you shiver a little bit. But it seems the spirit of Gores has left you once again.
Well, what does he have to say?
It's time to go.
Oh.
Black Hands are on their way.
Oh, right. Okay.
What time of day is it right now?
Right now it's about, I'd say, noonish, midday.
Okay. I can kind of cloak us the way I have been again. I don't know if you can make it, you and Kaz invisible
I do
again.
another invisibility. Where do we want to go?
So we leave the way we came.
Just like go hide out in the woods again, basically.
I mean, basically.
Are we gonna be able to get through the gate though?
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like they're not on high alert because Gore said that, Black Hands didn't seem to be alerted that we were here. So we might find the city in the same state it was before, just that they're patrolling.
Did we see behind, because we're in this blue house here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Behind the house, the mountains there, was there any way through there at all, or that we saw?
You're uncertain, you didn't see. You have to go look.
All right.
You could certainly try to escape out the back way where you have been before.
Basically the way
with
we came in, yeah.
Let's check the back, I guess. And see.
Invisibility lasts an hour, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Real quick, how? I know you stripped him down a little bit. How naked is he?
Well, I mean...
He's just not wearing his tunic or his cloak, so he's shirtless, essentially.
shirtless, yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
Oh, do you want to hide him, perhaps? Oh,
Not at all.
How's he looking?
you.
Thank you.
I mean, we
I
could.
was just gonna put him in a compromising position, but we don't have time.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Come on, make him suck his own dick, man.
Well, if we finish taking his head off, it,
Yeah,
you know,
you can do that.
could do
I mean,
it.
do we want to go back to where we were hiding before, or do we want to like just check the back of the house and see if there's anywhere we could hide back there?
Oh wait, I do take off the plate helmet and put it on him.
Nice. That's hilarious.
I mean, this is a nice plate armor. If we can get it out of here, we might as well arm the people with it.
I do not believe that's gonna be something we can do.
Okay. All right. Can I?
Not stealthily.
Oh, never. Well,
You can fit into the bag.
Bag holder?
Just like regular plate armor, right?
Yeah, you can fit into the bag.
And I just
mean,
take a whole.
Yeah,
full plate's expensive.
It is like 100 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we either give it to the people or we sell it somewhere.
We'll see if the blacksmith wants it.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right. Cool. Yeah. I mean, for now, I think we just get out of here.
I want to check the window real quick. Is that like a viable exit?
You go to sort of open the window, and you can see there's like a little latch on it, and you just sort of flick, and you up. Window's open.
Is it facing the rear of the house?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, let's check out there and see what we can see.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I just jump through.
You all
Scott Pilgrim style.
slip out the window.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
And rats too.
Of course. They're right.
Yep.
And the Modron just sort of, and as it gets up to the window, it just sort of, and just disappears into the ether. We're gonna take a break right there,
right.
and we'll be back relatively shortly. I'm gonna grab some drinks, use the restroom, and we will see you guys very soon.
Very
Goodbye.
soon.
Hell yeah. Okay. Welcome back.
I just want to point out for a second there, Mika was counting up. So
Oh yeah.
no.
John went 4.
Counting up from 1?
Wait a second.
Nice. Very good.
Okay.
We love it. That's hilarious.
You can just say any 5 numbers in a row.
That's true. And then
really
I have to
doesn't
just. Then I. Yeah.
Yeah.
8. Wait.
Oh, wait. I'm just counting. Oh no. Oh man. Well, welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed your little break. I know we did. We all kissed each other. I don't know why I said that.
Did you kiss without me?
Yeah.
I'm so horny for
the bath
kisses.
time.
He's not part of it.
I said you went to bath time and
each
not
other
the
in
bathroom.
solidarity.
I don't know why.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a bath
Yeah, that's very good.
during the break.
You look great.
Thank you.
I love that. All right, guys. You're slipping out the back door, the back window, rather.
Jumping out the window.
Jumping out the window,
Yes.
snatching your people up.
Everything goes.
How's it look back here? Is it just solid?
It's actually it's well kept. He has a nice backyard. There are a couple outhouses that you've seen before.
Yeah.
A nice little garden in the back as well. Make a perception check, everybody.
So we're behind the house, right?
You are behind the house, yes.
1, 2, actually.
1,
Not
2.
1 with the total.
Amazing.
I technically rolled my passive perception for 13.
Nice. Very cool.
24.
And 24. Before we continue with that, I forgot. I wanted to say thank you to Midnight Joker for subscribing. We appreciate that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh yeah. You were gone, but apparently they discovered the stream through the fucking playbill at Run for Your Wife, which is hilarious. Yeah. Obviously, Matt AD'd that show, which is
Yeah.
awesome. So
And you might have seen it in my bio in Evita,
There
which
you go.
just wrapped up. So.
hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So
So
yeah,
funny.
thanks
I
for
love
for checking it out.
So cool. The locals. All right. So, all right. Yeah. Enough of that. So you guys look around. It's pretty serene here. There does seem to be there are a handful of shrubbery that sort of wreaths the backyard, that walls it off from the rest of the area of the town.
peasants.
Of course. However, there does seem to be like a very small sort of, I don't want to say outcropping, but a little small, like sheared away little divide between some of the shrubbery rather, that you could pass through without you could just like run through in between any of them, but that seems to be like a purposeful sort of little tiny path to get you out to sort of the outskirts of, not the outskirts, but the outer rim of the town.
Like
Okay.
towards the mountains.
Towards the mountains, yes.
Yeah, how about we go check that out?
Let's go, baby.
Sure. I'm gonna have the dire wolves follow.
Yeah, they certainly do. You hear the behind you, just sort of sniffing about. 2 extraordinarily large wolves.
Yeah. Cool.
I guess I didn't expect them to just disappear at the end of our fight there, but I guess I sort of did, actually.
Yeah, they're around for a little while longer.
Okay.
They last a bit.
Cool.
And And I'll just
Their union, whereas the Modron was like a temp. Something. I don't know.
yeah, and I just tell the wolves, keep your ears perked. Let us know if you hear anybody coming.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Oh, all right.
They have
I'll lead
keen
the way.
hearing.
They do have keen hearing.
I go through the area. The
Sounds good.
little divide.
They're gonna make some perception checks with advantage with their hearing. Okay. You guys begin to slip through. Are we sort of going about this quickly, quietly?
I mean, certainly. I think quietly would probably be a good idea.
Want to roll stealth checks?
Sure.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for the wolves. You can just roll one. Roll for the wolves.
Manifesting a nat 20.
I
Bam.
got a 3.
A 3.
It was an 11 for a 24.
Okay. Well, Kill rolled a 3, and the wolves rolled 8s.
Gotcha. Wonderful. The wolves are busy sort of like keeping their ears out as they're sort of trying to pay attention as best they could. You hear one of the wolves just sort of as it sort of turns and sort of points its nose southbound, sort of down the street a ways away.
Okay.
As you turn to look, make a perception check.
14.
You can see that there seems to be not like a crowd, but a little squadron of black hands that seems to be making their way northward towards the estate. You guys are still a ways away. They don't seem to notice you.
Yep. Okay.
But the wolves mark that, which in turn you mark it.
Yep. I'll let them know.
Yes. Do we see any sort of way through the mountains?
Make a perception check.
Yeah. 14.
14. You take a look and you can see that there definitely is a way that you could get up into sort of the crevices of the mountains. However, it's gonna be moderately difficult to try to like climb up into there. But you can see that there is a clear sort of path should you be able to maneuver your way up it. It's not like a straight like walkable thing. You'd have to like climb a little.
Do we want to try to hide in the mountains, or do we want to try to get through the town again?
I think mountains are our best bet, personally.
All right, just to rest up at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, take a nap and
Okay.
find another way out.
All right, yeah, let's make our way up.
Let's go.
Alrighty. I'm gonna need athletics checks from everybody.
I'll use the rod to help me climb.
Advantage.
What if it was acrobatics, though?
That would be cool.
Yeah. That'd be great for me.
That would be super cool.
21 for me.
Okay.
Oh, I guess that's fine for 22.
Do you want me to roll for the wolves?
So, yes, roll for the wolves, I guess. Roll with disadvantage for them because
Okay.
they're not necessarily nimble like cats that can sort of like do this type of thing. It would be like trying to watch your dog scale like
Okay, yeah.
literally mountain climb. You know what I mean?
6.
So as you guys begin to sort of scale the mountainside, which you're able to do with your opposable thumbs and all these things, the wolves just sort of look up and just sort of like get on their hind legs and just paw
quite
at
make
like
it.
the sides of the mountain. It's too steep for them to be able to make their way up.
All right, I command them to go back into the house, back into the back door of the house, and just fuck up Ibrahim's body as much as possible.
All right,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Oh, he
They-
attacked me with 3 wolves.
Yeah.
Apparently.
and they turn, head back in, and they go about doing the deed.
Yes.
Kind of a
Dark
real
deed.
zombie and wolf problem.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I know. What's going on here?
Yeah.
Crazy, crazy.
Well,
I got an 11 on my climb, by the way.
Okay. What were the other totals?
23.
23.
21.
No, 22 was my total.
It does, the two of you just sort of like get up there relatively quickly without too much effort. Indigo, you do begin to make your way up. Your companions get there a little bit quicker than you. The both of you see that Indigo's still a little ways away from sort of getting up to the top. If any of you want to like sort of reach down and help him, you certainly can. That would expedite his process. Or
Sure.
if you want to let him try to continue for a couple minutes.
Yeah, he's got it.
I can try to help him up.
So I'm
hoist
really,
him up.
I'm really used to scrongling up the crow's nest and all that. I'm pretty good at climbing.
For sure. Kill, go ahead and just make a general strength check. DC's gonna be pretty low.
23.
Yeah, you reach down far enough to where like your torso's sort of hanging off. You're holding on to like a bit of the stone with your left hand. You just reach your right arm down. Indigo, you just sort of hoist yourself up, grab on, and Kill just fucking has a bear grip on your wrist and just fucking heaves you one pull all the way up.
Nice. Yeah, no problem, buddy.
All right, let's get back. I assume we're like visible, right?
Yes, but you're partially obscured because you're up in the mountains at this point.
Yeah.
Find a little like nook to kind of like
Yeah,
pop
if we
ourselves
could,
into.
like little overhang. Maybe if we get a little farther back into the mountains, just where like we could have a fire or something without being super visible.
Just give me like a real quick survival check.
Dope.
It's no problem. Just want to check to see if anybody rolled in that one. Because it'd be fun.
5.
I got a
Great.
16.
Amazing.
Yeah, 19.
Yeah, no problems. You guys sort of like meander about. Kaz quickly makes a suggestion to sort of camp in a certain place. The both of you just sort of look over there, and it is not ideal even in the slightest. And so that is quickly vetoed.
Wait, does that not look good to you?
I mean, it's a good try, but it's not the best. I think we can do better.
All right, let's see your fucking place then.
All right.
Indigo sort of immediately turns to the right and goes,
Oh yeah, that's way better.
yeah, immediately looks totally great.
Oh right, yeah. If you like flat ground and easily defensible.
Oh, if you want to be not
position.
moist, fine.
If you want to be a bitch like Abraham.
Amazing.
Whatever.
Yeah, and you begin to camp out. How long do you plan on resting? What do you want to do?
I mean, do you want to do a long rest?
What's it like?
Certainly try.
It's like 1 or 2 o'clock now.
At this point, it's about 12:30.
I'm definitely thinking at least a short rest.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's for sure. Oh,
I have some spells left, but not a lot.
yeah. I mean, my spell slots aren't great either.
I mean, well, I guess what is our next move here?
Did you?
To
I mean, did you plan a specific time to meet up with Autolycus?
I just said we'd get word to him in a couple days.
Okay.
So we've got time to kill.
It probably. I mean, if our
I'd
the
say
next
less than a week.
the next
Less than
step
a
is
10 day.
sneaking out of here, so probably behooves us to rest during the day and maybe move at night anyway. So
do a long rest.
yeah, I don't see why not. I'm pretty sleepy.
I can take first watch.
All right. I'll take second.
All right.
Did we lose our temp HP from the?
You do lose your temperature.
I already got rid of it. I assume.
I was
Yeah.
long last.
And that gets burned through first when you take damage, so I lost mine a long time ago.
Touched. Yeah, because I hid.
How you feeling right now before you take watch?
I mean, I definitely feel a little fucked up from that ice thing he did. And listen, I can take some flames. That fireball did hurt a little bit,
All right.
but I'll be fine. I got a cigar, and oh, a good berry. That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and eat that good
Hell
berry.
yeah.
Take another health.
Okay.
And you
yeah,
don't have to eat for the rest of the day.
I'll go ahead and hit you with a healing word also,
Sure.
just for a little extra.
If you have any extra.
Sure, I'll do that to both of you. This is for Kaz. That's 11 points. And for Indigo, 14 points.
Thank you.
All right. You know what? That does feel a lot better.
Yeah, it's very refreshing.
I feel like I'm not limping anymore.
All right. Boom, boom. Okay, you got first watch.
Absolutely.
All right.
You guys take a snooze. I'll get Indigo up in a couple hours here.
All right.
Okay, sounds good.
Alrighty, make a perception check for me, Kaz.
Make me.
Please.
Get out of here. 18 plus 3, 21.
21. You set yourself up to sort of be the bird's eye view. You climb up one of the nearby smaller spires of the Tempest Peaks that sort of reads this little nook where your companions have found to rest. And as you do, you can look up and you can see a very good amount of the town of Aberlock from here. You position yourself such that it's very difficult to see where you are, especially if you weren't directly looking like up at this sort of earthen spire.
Yeah.
And you watch for some time, and you can see that there are a handful of what you assume to be black hands running about through the town over the next hour that you watch. They seem to be frantically looking around, they pound on some doors here and there. Some people answer immediately. One in particular, you can see, sort of on like the further end, you kind of notice a couple black hands pound at the door, and then in the far distance, you swear you see them kick a door down and infiltrate. Maybe 30 minutes into your watch or so, you hear, not from too far away, sort of the muffled screams of men coming from what you assume to be the inside of the estate of Ilan which are quickly sort of quelled after like a minute or so.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Love to hear it.
Some more time passes. 2 hours come to pass. Your watch rather, comes to an end without any much issue.
All right. I move over towards Indigo and just kind of like shake his shoulder. Your turn, mate.
Yes, wonderful. Take watch.
Sounds good. Make a perception check for me. 11. You set yourself up, Indigo, not in a tall place, but rather just somewhere that you could watch at least the immediate streets, not too far below you and further south, that you can sort of just get a good idea if anybody's going to be approaching directly towards you. For the first 20 minutes or so, you don't really see or notice or hear anyone. But after about a half hour passes, you begin to see there are a handful, about 3 of them, of the Black Hand Guards that seem to be very cautiously making their way around the back of the Thorn Estate. Not going towards you, but trying to infiltrate from behind the back entrance, the backyard of the Thorn Estate. They all have sort of like spears held out, just wafting and waiting. Kale, how long does Conjure Animals last? 8 hours?
Only 1 hour.
Only 1 hour, okay, good to know. And you can see they're slowly approaching the backyard of the estate. Bless you.
But not.
No, they're going to the estate itself.
Okay, I'll just kind of keep watch for right now.
Sure. Eventually, they make their way up to the back door of the backyard, and you can see that they are extremely hesitant to walk in. Like they're sort of like arguing about who's going to be going in first. Eventually, they do a sort of quick Rochambeau, and the gentleman who loses first sort of turns and in a huff, sort of like bursts through the door, and just sort of like you can hear like a fan like. And then the other 2 sort of look in, and they slowly make their way in. Some more time passes, and eventually you can see further down the street, it seems like those same 3 Black Hand Guards have emerged from sort of the opposite side of the estate, the front door, and are beginning to make their way down the street. They hook around, begin to move towards you, and just when you think that they're like beelining it directly to you guys, they sort of hook a right and begin to walk down sort of the outskirts. They walk down sort of. They go this way. You guys are hidden like here-ish.
Up in there, okay.
Just as when it looks like they're about to come out like up here, they immediately continue to go this way around this sort of larger thing. You can see. You scurry around to the other side to watch them, and they begin to move. You can see towards the abandoned iron mines through the back of the Garland estate.
Okay. Continue for my watch.
More time passes. Eventually, 2 hours come to pass, and your watch ends.
All right. It was Kill was next, right?
Yes.
I'll wake up Kill. Looks like they went inside the house briefly, but they moved on that way.
Hell of a surprise they would have found. All right. Rest up.
Yep.
Cool.
Go and give me a perception check.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Farseer scope as well.
Go for it.
That's a 19.
19. As you begin to look around, you can see that at this point, after sort of conversing with Inigo relatively quickly, and getting an idea of, you know, the movement, there doesn't seem to be much movement at this time of day anymore. At least now, by the time your watch has started. For the first 20 or 30 minutes, you don't really see anyone around the streets where you can, you know, get a really good look. And you can get a really good look at a lot of places because of your Farseer scope. However, there's really nothing that would suggest any search party anymore, really, at this point, on the streets, as far as you can tell. Another hour, or excuse me, an hour total passes. And again, you don't see much of anything. And eventually, you do see, scurrying up to you, a little rat. Seems to stop in front of you.
Well, hey, little friend.
It turns, begins to crawl towards the, from where you're looking southbound. It begins to crawl east. As you turn, you can look and you follow it. It leads you a little further down a path and then up to, you know, a very small little plateau area where you kind of look out and you can see very clearly from this side across the mouth of the abandoned iron mines. Make a perception check for me. You can do this with advantage with the Farseer scope.
14.
14. There seems to be someone emerging out of the iron mines. Sort of hold the scope up. You kind of turn it a little bit to try to get a closer look. And you see what seems to be a woman. Familiar looking woman. Seems to be Jules Garland. Sort of taunting out. And she collapses onto the ground, maybe 30 feet from the maw of this mine.
Okay. Does anyone else come to her aid, or is there anyone else standing around?
You look around. You don't see anyone else around.
Okay.
There's no obvious sign of, like, I know I'm pretty far away, but there's no obvious sign of, like, a, you know, like blood or like injury.
Even with the scope, it's very difficult to tell. Yeah. She definitely looked very fatigued. As she was she was not like running out or walking out by any means. She was like fucking like trudging through. Yeah.
All right. Is the rat still around?
Yeah.
It's great.
Just under you, just sort of.
Thanks for showing me. Not much I can do about it right now, though. Keep your eyes out.
Scurries down and away.
I'll head back to camp. Just make sure I'm keeping an eye on that direction.
Sure. The rest of your watch begins to pass. About 10 minutes later, as you're watching over there, where Jules is lying on the ground, you sort of blink for a moment and she disappears.
Just before my eyes, I blink and she's gone. Well, damn. Okay. My watch is about ended.
At this point, your watch comes to an end, yes.
Okay. I'll go ahead and make another sack of good berries, and I guess I'll go wake up Kaz again.
Okay.
Are we ruling that you only need 6 hours to do a long rest?
So each one of you need to.
So each one of us has gotten 4 hours now.
Yeah, 6 hours of sleep, 2 hours of light activity.
Right. All right.
Or we need 2 more watches because if Kaz goes,
You don't necessarily need 2 more watches. You just need 1 more watch for
One more
you to
watch
sleep.
for us, and then one
And then
more for
like
him,
you can do
basically.
2 hours of. You
Yeah,
can
yeah.
tell me what else you want to do, and you can all be awake for it.
We can basically all do like one more 1 hour watch, and we'll all be good.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll probably just do my 3rd hour. Oh no, that doesn't work. Yeah. Okay. Well, whatever. I'll go wake up Kaz.
Sure.
Are we ready to go?
I need a little more shut eye before we head out, but doesn't seem like the Black Hands have been onto us. I did see Jules Garland kind of stumble out of the mines. If you kind of head up that way, just a minute or 2, you get a decent vantage point out that way.
Out of the mines. She's such a uptight.
Yeah, she would. She didn't seem like the type that would ever enter the mines, especially with the way she was treating, Harry.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, she kind of came stumbling out of the mines and then collapsed. I couldn't tell if she was hurt or just exhausted or whatever. But and then I kind of blinked and she was gone.
Oh, that's normal.
It seems that way. Whenever you see something fucking crazy, when you blink, they just gone again. So anyway, not much we can do about it now, but.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll keep an eye on the mine if I can.
Yeah.
See if anything else weird happens.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's where we think Thorn. Don't worry about it. Get some sleep. I'll stay up for an hour. Get Indigo up for an hour. And we'll,
All right.
Let everyone get sleep and a nap.
Sounds good. All right.
Dinner and a snack.
Dinner and a snack.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
No.
18.
18. Yeah, I mean, this watch is not going to be as long as the other one. However, you do move over to that area that Kill sort of pointed out to you, and you take a look. Go ahead and give me, or actually, sorry, the 18 was the perception.
Yeah.
You look out, and you don't really see anyone around the mouth of the iron mines. You take a look over to the right, and you swear you see a little bit of movement in the sort of outskirt living areas, the ramshackled places that you snuck around in and had a meeting with
Maeve.
with Maeve.
Yeah, I bet that's Maeve. I'm not too worried about that. He's probably getting the word out.
Oh yeah. Some time passes. You don't really see much of anything else. Your watch comes to another end.
All right. I'll go over and lightly nudge Indigo again. I'm gonna catch another hour or so, and then we're probably ready to go. You feeling good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, wake me up in an hour.
Cool. Perception, please.
Giving myself that long rest.
18.
18. You take a look around Indigo, and everything seems calm. Some time passes. About 45 minutes or so. And you hear a door slam in the distance. You sort of turn towards the estate. And the back door leading to the backyard, you can see standing just outside of it. Seems to be Councilman Errant. Sort of looks around a little bit. Walks over to the outhouse. Opens it up. Steps inside. Opens it back up. Steps outside after a moment. A couple seconds. Closes it. Looks around a little bit. And quickly begins moving towards the other direction. You lose sight of him. Make another perception check for
He
me.
moves towards, when we say other direction, you mean
The Garland estate.
He moves this way.
Okay, so move that. Okay. Another perception?
Mm-hmm.
8.
8. You lose sight of him.
Okay. I'll finish my watch.
Another few minutes pass. Your watch comes to an end.
Wake everyone up. So here's an odd bit of Aaron showed up. He came from inside the house. I saw him go into the outhouse for like a moment, and then he left, and then he went out there.
What is it? Midnight piss.
It was very quick if it was. He's very efficient if that's the case.
Do you know
I
what
wonder
they
if maybe
say?
there's something else in there.
In the outhouse?
Yes.
It's a good hiding spot. I can't fit in there.
Alright, I guess that's fair enough. Are you suggesting that we go check the outhouse?
I mean, at least worth looking inside to see if there's perhaps. I mean, did either of you get the impression he might be sympathetic to our sort of cause?
I mean, the only thing we've got for Errant is Harry's word.
You think Harry? Did Harry vouch for Aaron?
Well,
Harry didn't vouch for him so much as say that he wasn't a bad guy, didn't deserve to die like the others.
yeah, but he's loyal.
He's loyal.
What he said.
I was almost wondering maybe he was like leaving a message for us somehow. I didn't
be.
really seem to know that I was there.
If he's trying to leave me a message, the outhouse is the worst place to leave it.
Right. I think it might be worth taking a peek.
It could also just be.
Guidance to Kaz from Arthur
Ooh.
Philip Dent.
Philip Dent.
It could just also just be Thorn sending him on an errand or something.
Maybe. I mean, and that could
Yeah.
be used if it's something that's relevant to whatever is going on.
None of us saw Thorn moving around, did we?
We did not.
You'd think if his councilmen were dropping like flies, we'd see him. He's not the type of guy that seems to just like take things sitting down.
Yeah, I'm thinking he wanted something in the mine. That's why he sent us there originally. He's been in there for as long as we can tell. That's where he went immediately after everything went to shit. So I'm thinking, and this is just Kaz, Galaxy Brain theory, I think he's doing some sort of ritual down there for whatever his axe deity thing is.
Yeah, it could be. Well, I mean, if we're trying to spare Errant, I don't know if we are, but if we're trying to, then Thorn's really the only target left. Mm-hmm. So I guess this is kind of going way smoother than I thought it was going to go. Like, where are we trying to mobilize? You know, the people. Are we thinking they'll march into the mine?
The people. I mean, maybe we should get a few to the mine, but I was thinking more to take out the Black Hand,
Oh yeah,
just so that that's not something we have to deal with.
right. Makes sense.
Because if they're taking care of the Black Hand, we go to the mine. Black Hand can't follow us in behind, and
There is the stone home as well. Do we want to, or do we want to save that for like last, like after Thorn's been dealt with?
I mean, it'd be nice. I mean, if we could liberate everybody out of Stoneholm, it just increases the size of our force. But it's kind of a free win if we can solve the problem first.
Sure.
I mean, like,
Clearly, there's something going on in that mine. Or you didn't tell me about Jules, did you?
Bless you.
no, let's say I did.
That's fine.
I mean, say you said that, and then we told.
Sure. We can just that's fine.
Right. I mean, if we were gonna go back into the manor, we could check the outhouse. We could go back through the tunnel.
Do we still have a way through that tunnel, though? Do we?
Well, I mean, I can,
As an animal.
but
Right.
yeah, I guess you guys don't really have a way through.
Unless we want to blow it up, which would certainly attract attention.
Which might not be a great idea, because isn't that supposed to collapse the stone home? Isn't that like?
Well, he's just talking about the sort of the part of the rock that's barring our entry.
Oh, right, gotcha.
But yeah, the other thing is like, we don't necessarily. I mean, I don't know. I know that all those explosives are going to be down there, but like, I don't necessarily know if there's going to be a way to effectively blow up the stone home.
Specifically blow up the parts we need to get through without just collapsing it.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather not collapse it with all those people inside. So it's
Get the people out, blow it up.
definitely
Build a
easier if we
regular
can just.
dungeon.
Well, what do you think about? I think it's worth at least checking inside the outhouse just to see what's up there. If there's anything obvious.
I mean, send a mouse.
All right,
Yes,
let's go.
Yes, that's mouse is a good idea.
Send a mouse.
That's is the outhouse more than 100 feet away from me?
Yes.
Okay. I'll send the mouse to go look inside the outhouse and just report back what he sees.
Sure.
If that's something I can do.
Yeah. Some time passes. Quick 15 minutes. The mouse returns, and you feel the images of what the rat saw enter your mind. And it sort of scurried around, looked inside the outhouse. I mean, there was actively shit in there.
Gives me a graphic description of all the shit it sees.
However, sitting sort of like on top of the pile of shit seems to be just a little glimmering something. It's difficult to discern just through the sort of spatial
Like
imagery.
a color, or is it black and
I'm gonna
white?
Silent Hill this motherfucker.
Okay, that's fine.
Wait, did Aaron like swallow something and then have to pass it?
Yeah, well, if he was gonna pass it, he would have grabbed.
Probably.
Yeah,
I think
I
he
know.
probably just like dropped it. He probably didn't like
I think he's hiding something.
Yeah.
do an extremely.
Wait, I think he's hiding something.
Yes. This was this like down in the pit of the outhouse, or?
Like in the hole.
Yeah, it's in the hole.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Are we really?
I mean,
At the same time that was happening, I want to cast Animal Messenger.
Okay.
I'm gonna try this again, because now that Ibrahim's now that Ibrahim's down,
Not listening.
now that Ibrahim's down, it might not be under quite the same level of surveillance as it was before. And so I'm just gonna tell my rat to go try to deliver a message to.
Would Animal Messenger work on that rat? It's not a real rat, right?
Well, that's a good question. Does it count as an animal, or is it like a face spirit, like a normal find familiar is?
does it count as a beast?
Well,
It does not. I
animals are
will
beasts.
tell you so that you don't waste a spell. It does not count as
Okay,
a beast.
it was a ritual anyway. Okay, so it wouldn't work.
Okay.
If I see another animal within, grasp, I will do that. But if not, it's no big deal.
Sure.
It's a 15 foot. It's a range. Wait, that's Thunderwave. Sorry. It's a 30-foot range. So even if I see like a bird perch for a moment or like a little critter or something, let me know.
Sure. Good to know.
Could a rat climb down the hole and back up to get?
Can certainly try.
Could certainly try. Seems unlikely, but could certainly
Well,
try.
it's a wall. Yeah, the wall.
Well, I mean, you have, my friend, you have that immovable rod. You could easily dive down in there and then climb your way back out.
It's not that deep.
Yeah, how deep are?
By the way,
how
it's
deep
not that
are
deep.
outhouses?
I'm imagining like I don't know.
Like
well,
a porta potty, but dug in a little
All
bit.
right. I suppose I could. Oh boy.
It's not a septic system.
You're the one with
I've done
prestidigitation.
some gross things in my life, but
Hey, have you ever cast prestidigitation on just like an actual hole full of shit? See what happens?
I don't know. Cleaning. I could make it very clean. Shit,
You're gonna
I
have the
suppose.
most
I don't know.
immaculate shit. It's gonna be so clean.
All right. I'll go. The outhouse is like in the backyard.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
All right, listen.
Before you just head
gonna go
off.
fucking get it. I'm sick. I hate sitting here just arguing about it.
Oh
I'm just
well,
gonna go.
if you insist.
if you insist.
Oh my God.
So you're just gonna
You
go
want
and then
the
come
rod?
back?
I'm just gonna go and come back.
All right.
Do you want the rod?
I would love the rod.
Here's the
Thank
rod.
you.
Yeah. All right.
Happy Pride.
I'll just I'll just spend the time that Kaz is gone, just seeing if a bird flies by or something.
Sounds good.
I'll just kind of page through my. Or can I get that Fey book back, please?
It's in the bag of holding, which Kaz has, but
Oh,
I'm sure he
never
can.
mind. Okay, it's fine.
He can probably give it to you before he leaves.
If you don't mind. Yeah.
What do you want?
Just the book on about the Fey that I took from Ibrahim.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'll just page through that. Thank you.
Toss it over.
Sounds good. Make a stealth check for me.
Stuff my way.
Oh yeah, I can long rest now.
17.
17. You begin to scurry your way down the mountainside over to the back of the backyard of the Thorn estate. You look around. Make a perception check for me.
15.
Doesn't seem to be anybody around. You slip over to the outhouse. You crack the door open, slip inside, close the door behind you. Stinks like an outhouse.
Smells like that.
You look down into the pit of this latrine. And there you can see a shining little something.
I should have asked for money for this. And I'm just gonna.
It's just like swapping the poop deck.
That's not what a poop is.
That's a callback.
That's what I call whipping my ass.
Is there anything I can use around that I can use to grab it that's not just going to be my bare ass hand?
Or you can use your sword. You could use something in your pack.
I know. So
Could use your mouth.
You could use your mouth.
you know what?
Not have mage hands.
Excellent. You know what? I have a crowbar. I could probably pick it up with that, with like the
Try
bookend.
hand. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
19.
19. You lower the crowbar down and you sort of scoop a little bit into the waist, and you hook onto the edge of the crowbar and you begin to pull up, and you can see that it seems to be a ring. And you begin to pull up. It's like a gold band.
I open up the bag of holding as wide as I can and just like.
Yeah.
Oh, nice poop on everything.
Great. Well, it's its own pocket dimension, so.
Yeah, so it's not gonna
Yeah.
get on everything else.
That's true.
There's gonna be poop floating around there until
Yeah,
someone
a
gets
little
it out.
It's great.
And I'm gonna go ahead and try to head back out and like wiping the crowbar on the grass.
Sounds good. As you're leaving, give me another stealth check.
Yeah, that's fair. 27.
Okay, good to know. You slip back up from whence you came. Just give me a general athletics check once again as you
With
begin to
advantage,
scale.
the immovable rod.
That is correct. As you scale once again.
18 plus. What was my athletics? 3. Okay, so 21.
Yeah, no problem. You slip back up undetected quickly, and Sirikaz returns.
Right. So, what'd you find? Oh, you want some prestidigitation?
Oh, I never touched anything.
Okay.
However, someone gets to reach into the bag of holding for a ring.
Oh, that's fine. I'm not scared.
Oh, cool.
All right.
Little poop covered poop
Like, you
ring,
don't watch that
poop
for you.
dollar.
Yeah, sure.
Prestidigitation on kill hand and a ring.
All right. Is this? Do I
Shit
recognize
scatters
this?
on the ground.
Do I recognize this as either errant? Unfortunately, I forgot my notebook at home today, but I know that
Errant and Jules.
Errant and Jules, I think, had rings. I know Harold Garland also had a
Oh,
ring.
and weren't Aaron and Jules having an affair?
Well, we think so.
It was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was written about in the journal, I think, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had Aaron's journal.
So anyway, do I recognize this ring specifically?
You take a good look at it. Looks like Aaron's ring.
Looks like Aaron's ring. And the timing of Errant. So Jules collapsed during my watch. Errant did that during Indigo's watch afterward, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll take a. I believe it is magical, but I'll go ahead and take a minute again to detect magic on the ring.
You detect magic on the ring. It is magical.
Yep. What was the school again?
Enchantment.
Enchantment. Okay. Well, it's magical. I think I saw Jules also had one that was magical. Honestly, I think all the Garlands had kind of enchanted jewelry. There was some pendants and rings and stuff. It kind of, I like to kind of keep in mind what's magical and what isn't. But of course, they're kind of the jewelry barons, so it wouldn't surprise me. But for him to dump this in there, it's got to be significant.
Got some trouble with Thorn, probably, or something down in the mine that was pissed at Jules.
I mean, we could always just take another hour or so and try to kind of commune with all the shit we picked up and try to figure out what the fuck it does.
You mean like
attuned to it.
Yeah, I mean, like, I try not to use the word attune because it just seems like it breaks
Well, it's kind of
verisimilitude.
like an
but yeah.
identify spell or
I
something.
think we all know about attunement.
Yeah, I guess.
I think that's like a thing.
It feels like
Say it's in universe. Why not?
it feels like a mechanical word, but that would make it easier if I can just say the word
Yeah,
attunement.
you
Yeah.
can say that.
You guys want to attune to this shit and see what it does?
Sure, let me meditate on it for a half hour, whatever the fuck you were gonna say.
Yeah. All right. So, okay. So we have this ring. We have Ibrahim's cloak, Ibrahim's clothes. We already know what the ruby does.
I have both rubies. The one
you have both
that's
rubies.
active and
Yeah.
the one that's
Okay.
still technically active.
I think that's.
I think that's all. The books weren't
Or-
magical.
Would attuning to the ruby tell us who it contacts?
Try it.
We didn't attune to the ruby.
That's true.
So
It also might inform the entity that we have it, I suppose.
the thing is, it worked without attuning to it. So
That's true.
The ruby does not require attunement.
That's true. Okay.
Just as like a purely mechanical thing, I was actually wondering this. If something doesn't acquire attunement, but you attune to it, does it give you the
There
specifics
is,
of what it
you
does?
can't attune to something that doesn't require attunement.
I see.
in the same way that you can't attune to that pen.
You can, but you can write the pen.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not that obvious to me, but because I assumed that the flavor was just like you are just kind of like figuring it out, but what you're saying is like things that have attunement sort of communicate their function to the person attuning to them.
Not necessarily. You take 30 minutes to learn the full functions of it. Not that it can communicate it to you. It just takes you that much time to sit down and figure it out. Unless it is also like something that would be like a sentient object would communicate it to you.
Yeah, I guess I was just saying it seems a little bit weird that if you had like a +1 armor that required attunement, you could figure out that it's a +1 armor. But
Well, that's why +1 armor, if it's something that is just +1 armor, generally does not require attunement.
yeah, okay.
Things that have attributes and features that are complicated generally require you to sit down and figure it out. Things that are simply buffed generally do not require attunement.
The way that I always thought about it was like you sit with it for a while and sort of either consciously or no interact with the magical like aura, and it sort of becomes almost like a muscle. Like you just realize like, yes, I can do this with this now.
Yeah.
Sure. That's how I always thought.
Yeah, I think you're either right.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah, that's fine. So there's no raw way to identify something that doesn't have attunement, doesn't require attunement. But if it does require attunement, then you can obviously identify it.
I mean, you could use the spell identify.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Other than that, yeah.
Other than that, no.
Yeah, it's possible.
There's no way to identify anything without casting identify or attuning to an attunable object.
Yeah.
It's possible this doesn't require attunement at all, and we just don't know how to use it. You know?
Right. No, I know.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay. Well, I mean, my guess is that probably. Well, I mean, whatever. So
What do we have? The cloak. We have the ring.
the cloak, the clothes, and the ring.
I mean, that cloak is. I would, if we're gonna expect to go against Thor or something, we should probably have someone with their cloak on.
Sure. Yeah. I can add it to my collection of cloaks and see what it does. Do you want to try the clothes on?
What kind of clothes was Ibrahim wearing?
They're rather fashionable, well cut. It is like a full tunic though. So like, unfortunately, your one-piece robe, it would have to sit under it.
Okay.
But
I mean, if that'll work, then yeah.
Yeah, you can totally
sure,
do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll try.
So you'll try the clothes, I'll try the cloak, and you'll try the ring.
Yeah, I'm already.
Okay.
sounds good.
And the attunement process is fairly passive, then you're saying, right? Or is it active? I'm basically
Kind of both.
the reason I'm asking is can I look through the scrolls at the same time?
No.
Okay. Then I won't.
So, Sirikaz.
Yeah.
The ring, as you begin to attempt to attune to it, I will say this. You are unsuccessful at attuning to it. However, you come to the understanding that it is in the same way that some objects can only be wielded or comprehended by certain people with certain expertises. In the same way, it feels as though there are only the enchantment upon this ring is meant for a specific person, if that makes sense. So you don't necessarily understand. You cannot understand the properties of the ring because it is not meant for you.
Gotcha.
You can't
Yes.
attune, but you feel that it requires attunement.
That is correct. Kill. You attempt to attune to the cloak. You come to the same conclusion. You are unable to attune to this object.
Okay.
It is beyond sort of the scope of your understanding of how to use it.
Okay.
Indigo, you attempt to attune to the tunic. As you sort of wrap it around and begin to wear it and understand its components and its compartments, and you feel the enchantment sort of bind with your own arcane abilities, you discover that this tunic is essentially permanently infused with the mage armor spell.
Oh, that's huge for you.
That's great.
Well, I don't remember what mage armor does, but
+4, right?
It's not +4. It just sets your AC to a certain thing plus your Dex mod.
Oh, okay. Look it up.
So I believe it would set your. I believe it sets your AC to either 13 or 14.
I think 14.
Yeah, let me just check real quick.
yeah, it's just literally armor that you can wear.
Oh, I can't even look up spells.
Yeah, your base AC becomes 13 plus your Dex.
Okay, so it becomes 14.
There you go.
It's huge. +3 to your AC. Hell yeah.
Thank the Lord.
Well, this if you can wear Ibrahim's clothes, you can probably wear his cloak too. So next time we rest, you should just try it on and just
Okay.
see.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, so the ring,
In fact, I'll just give it to you.
Okay.
So you have his cloak and his clothes.
could not attune to it. I think maybe it's just meant for Errant, possibly.
Errant or Jules, maybe even.
Errant or Jules.
Yeah.
And we've only seen Errant and Jules wear these rings.
As far as I'm aware.
I don't remember. I mean, I know this is Aaron's ring. I know that Jules. I'm pretty sure Jules had a ring, and I think Harry Senior had a ring too. Like, but I just assumed it was maybe like wedding rings or something. Like he threw it in. He
didn't want it to be found.
He didn't. Yeah, it seems like less like he was stashing it for someone, and maybe it holds a secret that he doesn't want revealed or something. I don't know.
Well,
But Jules collapsed, and then Aaron threw that ring in a hole.
well, I mean, is our next stop the mine, or what are we thinking? Certainly seems like something's going on there.
Do we want to move on the mine before we've got the chance to mobilize the people? That's my biggest thing.
We should probably check into Autolycus tonight.
Okay.
Autolycus and Maeve, and see if they're see where their heads are at.
Alright. Might not even be a bad time to check into Stoneholm. If we're up for a little adventure, little action.
Well, I mean, I can make my way into Stoneholm alone and just see how far I can get. I'm the only one that can get through that wall right now.
Oh, that's true.
But like, we can still see the Thorn Estate, right? From where we're standing.
You can.
Yeah. Does it appear to have any black hands around it?
Make a perception check.
It's terrible. 11.
11. You don't seem to see anybody
Yeah.
around the estate.
I mean, it doesn't really seem like they're piling black hands around the estate. I guess they probably figure what's done is done. So I could probably. I mean, you just went there. Did you see anything while you were down there?
In the
Well, I know you didn't go into the estate, but you were around the back at least. Did you see anybody?
Kaz, because he's one of the one.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. You were gonna go, and then Kaz went. Question to you: did you see anybody?
No.
Yeah.
Not
All right.
in person.
So I could go down there. I'm the only one that can probably move that big ass table myself. So
I mean, are the candles lit? Should we? Even if we don't see anyone around, there might be people in there.
yeah, I mean, you guys can come with if you want to just kind of stand guard. I just don't know how long it's gonna take me. The only other thing I'd like to do is I'd like to get a message to Norm, let him know that Ibrahim's not gonna hurt him anymore. Because
Who's Norm?
Norm's the alchemist in town, and he's been providing like weapons and all kinds of shit to the king. Like that could be a huge armament, and he clearly doesn't appreciate the councilman's style of leadership. But he was afraid last time I saw him, so I'd like to get a message to him and see if he would like to join the cause.
Do you think he can trust that he's not going to report that to someone else?
I don't think he's gonna report it. I mean, put it this way: I don't think he reported that we were coming around because Kiss was telling me that the thoughts on his mind were just like, I just hope Ibrahim doesn't find out. That doesn't sound like a guy who's gonna, be a bootlicker. So, now
We can check in with both of them while you do anything in the Stonehome. Do you think that you'll be able to get out of Stonehome in another direction? We could always try to move all the stuff back and no one even know you're down there.
yeah, I have no idea.
Alright, then we won't do that.
I have no idea.
Do you want us to send? Well, I guess.
So I
good.
remember Gore said that there was a path that got him all the way to Stoneholm. And then he stopped. He kind of took a peek in and then got out of there. He didn't specifically say there were other paths. I assumed that there were other paths because we know that there's catacombs in the mines as well.
Oh, I meant like,
But
because if you're getting into Stoneholm, I mean, you can turn to small little animals, right?
oh, that's true, and just scurry out the front door kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I would hope that there's other shit that got going on. I guess I could do a little scouting mission and just one way or another meet you guys back at, kind of back where Maeve is.
Yeah, back then near the, I guess the slums were like.
Yeah, just see it near the slums.
Yeah.
That's where Autolycus is meeting us, right?
We've not set up a meeting
I
or
guess we
anything.
should. Yes, maybe if you have a way of. Do I know that you have Animal Messenger? Or,
You've seen me do it before.
it might be good to set up some kind of. If you can send a message to Autolycus, or I guess we could just go talk to him, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are going invisible anyway, why don't you two go invisible, check in with Autolycus and Norm, and then I'll just do my thing and hope to see you on the other side.
All right. Okay. Do you? I was thinking sending my rat with you. I don't know if that would help much. It would help if you get within 100 feet of me, I suppose.
Yeah, probably not. I could. I mean, if I can find a.
I guess you have a way of contacting us if you need to, potentially. If you can find an animal.
Yeah, I guess I don't even know if it makes sense to close the door behind me because like that place has been fucking ransacked anyway. Like I feel like if they're not paying attention to it now, they're not going to pay attention to it tonight. I can't see them. We didn't see Thorn come or go. We haven't seen him like come for food or anything.
Right.
I can't see there being a big kitchen staff cooking up a feast.
All right, then we'll just split up right here.
All right.
Right. Well.
So I will meet you in the slums.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Fine.
All right. Maybe yeah, we'll figure out a way to find each other. All right.
All right. Well, good luck. What are you hoping to? Are you hoping to actually just like set the prisoners free, or what are you thinking you're going to do down there?
I mean, if I can, I have no idea who's going to. I mean, for all I know, that place is going to be abandoned if it's like a whole all hands on deck situation. But really, I'm just trying to spend my time wisely, I guess.
Sure. All right.
The other thing is I could go harvest some of that explosive material and then just have it at the ready.
It's not a bad idea.
So, yeah. In fact, so Sal, I know that fungi gets kind of unstable when it's dry, right? And I know it's moist down there, obviously, because that's sort of its natural state. Between like my herbalism kit and sort of like the flasks and things that I have from the alchemy set, I could presumably like harvest a pretty decent amount of it, I'd imagine.
Oh yeah, certainly.
Okay. I was thinking if I should take the bag of holding, but just dumping that shit in the bag of holding like probably doesn't make much sense.
I mean, out of character, I don't know if this would occur to Kaz, but if you harvest a bunch and like take it with you and then ignite it, you can just blow a hole from Stoneholm to this empty manor.
Yeah, as long as I feel like, yeah, exactly. I mean,
Instead of like collapsing Stoneholm.
Yeah, it's going to kind of be exploratory surgery.
Yeah.
I'm not really going to know what I'm going to get into until I get into it. But yeah. All right. Yeah. So I think I'm pretty well equipped. So let's go for it.
All right.
All right.
All right. So what are each of you splitting off to do? So Sirkaz, what are you doing?
Going to the blacksmith.
Going over to the blacksmith. Indigo, you're following with him.
With Sirkaz.
Gotcha. You guys are going invisibly?
Yes.
I just know that was mentioned.
No,
so
it
I
was.
don't know.
Yeah, I think it makes. I mean, if we're planning on going to Autolycus and maybe to the Alchemist too, that's probably the progress bet.
Fair enough, yeah.
Certainly for me.
And Kill, you're going to be traveling to the catacombs underneath the estate. So you're going to be going back into the estate.
Back into the estate, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. The three of you prepare to make your ways separate about the town of Averlock. Indigo, you cast invisibility upon
At third level, so we're able to cast both invisible.
the third level, so that it hits both of you. Kill, you see your two friends sort of disappear into the thin air. You hear their footsteps as they scoot down, maneuver through the peaks. You take a deep breath, and you begin to maneuver as well. I know it's early. I actually do want to end here, only because knowing what each of you are about to do, I don't want to stop in the middle of like something, because I have a feeling that no matter what happens in the next sort of few choices that each of you make, some important things are going to be happening based on what you're doing, who you're talking to, where you're going. So I know it's a little early, everybody. Usually we would be playing for probably another at least half hour, but for the sake of not stopping in an inopportune time, we're going to take this opportunity to sort of end it here. We're going to be jumping back into this next Wednesday. Then keep in mind the week after that, so the 29th of June, I will not be here. I'm going to All Elite Wrestling at the Little Caesars Arena.
It is really funny that that's probably going to be like the climax, the one either.
Yeah, I'm going to edge these people as hard as I can.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. Of you.
Right, everyone.
But happy Pride, everybody. Our lovely Matt is going to be dungeon mastering a fun one-shot in universe, we decided it was going to be canon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be in universe canon.
Unless
for
I do
the
something
World of Patchwork.
fucking crazy.
Unless some crazy shit happens, and then I tune in while I'm watching a bunch of grown men bleed shirtless in front of me,
Yeah.
and I go, "What is Matt doing?" I make a post in the Discord.
Yeah.
This is absolutely unacceptable.
Like, and then you look into the future and you see all the gods are dead.
That's right, baby.
Yeah.
That's right. But tune in for that as well. We're probably coming up to a relatively close close on this next arc. It's very exciting. So please stick around next week to see what our intrepid band of adventurers, the Bared Souls, are going to be discovering and getting themselves into. Once again, I'd like to thank Factor once more for being our sponsor for tonight's episode of the Great Naledian Crown. They will be joining us as a sponsor on Saturday as well for a Little Dicey podcast with Matt and I. Make sure you tune into that at noon Eastern Standard Time. That's this Saturday, once again. If you guys are interested in purchasing any of their products, you can get $120 off your first order. Well, first couple of orders, your first sort of 16 meals. And again, it's very similar to HelloFresh, except instead of preparing your own food, they have it fully pre-prepared for you. They send it out to you. You just warm it up, warm it through, take 2 minutes in the microwave, X amount of minutes on the stovetop or however else you want to do it. You heat it through, you eat it. It's perfectly, tailor-made to your goals and everything, whether that be your caloric goals, your macro goals, or all that jazz. So I highly recommend you check it out. You can continue to use this promo code like in between our shows or anything like that. You can find it on our panels on our Twitch channel, and you can also find it just sort of if you watch the VODs back, you can see it in the chats as the chat mod links it through. So thank you guys for joining us once again. We will be the next time we'll be live on this channel is going to be this upcoming Saturday, where, like I said, Matt and I are going to be doing the podcast 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Talking about the Barbarian.
Hopefully you can go into the Discord and vote for who we want to talk about in the Discord.
You guys could stage a coup right now and pick something completely out of the left field.
You could.
More than enough of you.
You could. Right now, the Artificer is just barely in the lead with the Barbarian following closely afterwards. But it's been super fun for Matt and I to talk about these classes, sort of dictated by you as we go through them. So be sure to check that out. Join us in the Discord. Follow us on all our social medias. Can't wait to see you this Saturday. Thank you guys again.
Later, dudes.
Peace. Hell fucking yeah.